All right. What a game that was. Who had fun? I had fun. That was great. That was a good time. TNF is on a real heater. As you can see, our bet of the day was Cincy plus 5.5. I don't sports bet, but if I did, it would have paid. Just saying. Should have been riding with Hunnaball. So let me open the stream on another tab here. Make sure everything is peachy and clean. And we'll get started. That was a good time. That was a great time. Waiting for some people to file in, but I have a lot of notes on this one. I took very tentative notes. I was very focused. I didn't fall asleep. I think this is the first primetime game out of the last 3 where I didn't fall asleep. That has nothing to do with the quality of games and has everything to do with me and my lack of rest. But man, I'm not as happy as I was last Thursday, because how could I be? Meep, another day, another Hunna stream. You knew it. You knew it. 3 upsets in a row on Thursday, and it's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening. Thursday night football. We said it last week. We've been saying it for a while now. Thursday night football is the broadcast to watch. They've got the good cameras. They've got prime vision. Al Michaels is old, but he doesn't feel as old as Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Especially Troy Aikman. He's in the news for being all, you know, a hater. But TNF has been great. And as someone who's supposed to hate Amazon, all of us are supposed to hate Amazon. You know, they're not the greatest company. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to streaming sports, Joe Flacco Unk still got it. When it comes down to streaming sports, Amazon is king at the moment. And you know what? They have got so much goodwill from TNF this year. I'll say it. I'm not even that mad about them getting the NBA games. I will tune in. I don't know if you guys have heard the new Prime NBA theme. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. It sounds very ceremonious. And I don't know, it's just the kind of thing that I enjoy. It makes it feel like the NBA matters. So, I don't know. Amazon did it. Congratulations. I also found out for the first time, I didn't know this, every Thursday night football game is live on Twitch, free of charge. I didn't know that. I'm sure you guys did. I didn't know that. So again, it's like, it's accessible. It's a quality broadcast. The score bug is nice. The you know, everything's good. They have alternate broadcast options. One in Espanol, one for the different camera angle. What else could you ask for out of Thursday night football? And the games have been sick. You know, these networks, they can't control whether or not the games are good. But I'll tell you, Sunday night football games have been a snooze. Even the better matchups. Yeah, wait, what's on Twitch? Yeah, it's on Twitch. I had to verify. I only knew that because I was on Reddit for a lot of tonight, because a fun thing that I've discovered that I haven't done enough this season, but I will continue to do it, is if you go on the subreddit of the 2 teams that are playing, it is a great time, because one, it teaches you about what's going on like inside the locker room, what the fans are really thinking, because only real genuine fans go on Reddit to complain about their football team. That's just straight venting. They're not doing that for clicks. They're not doing that for rage bait. They're not doing that for anything other than just straight info. I really hope Chris Brown joins, and he should, because this was a team win for Cincinnati. I have so many notes. So many notes, okay? First one, and the one that I really want to get out of the way. Why is Darnell Washington getting so much work? Why is Darnell Washington so involved in this Steelers offense? You know, watching this Steelers team feels like death. You know, you watch it and you're like, yep, that is an Arthur Smith offense for sure. That is exactly what I would expect to see from an Arthur Smith offense. But man, if you're the Steelers, I don't want to say it's time to hit the panic button, because it's one game. Things change, but this was kind of like a slam dunk. I mean, you go 5-1. You have a long week afterwards. You chill. And you just accept the fact that you'll probably defend the AFC North, and maybe the Steelers team won't win the Super Bowl, but at least they'd have a chance. I mean, the AFC's wide open. And they come out and they give us that? They come out and give us that weird all over the place offense. I mean, DK Metcalf got 3 catches. That was the plan. These old men just lit it up. Yeah. And Raj looks good. It's not even an Aaron Rodgers thing. But the play calling is just terrible. They don't know how to utilize talent. The fact that Darnell Washington got 5 targets and DK Metcalf got 5 targets Tells you literally all you need to know. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? Pat Fryermuth was their leading receiver. Jonnu Smith got more targets than DK Metcalf. We said it last week. I believe they had one, maybe two targets that weren't to a tight end or a running back or DK Metcalf, which I believe one passed to Roman Wilson last week. Same thing here. And I feel bad. What's up, John and Jeffrey? I feel bad for the people that drafted DK Metcalf in fantasy. Not only is he a fantasy bust, but now you have to watch this Steelers team. Really? That's the gold at the end of the tunnel, if you will. Gold at the end of the rainbow. That's a better analogy. I'm just so like perplexed with the play calling. And to be quite frank, on both sides of the ball, all right, this Steelers team is the highest paid defense in the league. Cutta, if you don't like that, you don't like Steelers football. Cutta, are you a Steelers fan? Are you a Steelers fan? It's very important. It's very important. Welcome to the chat. Tonight on our day of Steelers. I'm blanking on the fella's name, but there was so much hate thrown at the Steelers defensive coordinator within the subreddit. Okay, his name is, I'm blanking on it, Terrell Austin. Not Tavon Austin, Terrell Austin. Steelers fans hate this guy. And I can see why. Alex, NFL, of course I benched T. That's a bummer. That's a bummer because T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are back. Jamar Chase had 23 targets. Someone in my Giants fan. All right, there it is. Represent. Go Giants. Okay, never mind then. We'll take it though. We'll take it. Never mad at a Giants fan in here. We're playing bingo. However, I do think we have Steelers fan checked off, but I just wanted to make sure. But anyways, 23 targets for Jamar Chase. 10 targets for T. Higgins. Hell, Yoshi was getting involved. So like, this is the Bengals. You funnel the ball to your stars. Why not? And if you're a Chase Brown fantasy owner, you're probably a little disappointed. You probably would have liked a touchdown tonight. I messed up trading Jamar Angel Corp. I feel for you. That sucks. Steelers fans hating a coordinator. When have I heard this before? Every season. No, you're right. Every season. You're right. I never thought I'd see a design Joe Flacco run. That's the fastest I've seen him run in years. That was sick. Alex NFL, another Giants fan. All right. How are we feeling after last Thursday? But again, this is about Steelers Bengals. But man, I'll tell you, Raj is at the top of meh in our QB tiers, the Hunna's Hill, which by the way, if you don't already, please turn the stream up to 720. But Steelers are first round exit. Are we sure they're going to make the playoffs? I'm seeing reports that says Joe Burrow will be back mid-December. If this Steelers team continues to like pish posh and lose games, I am basically banking on the fact, because Cincy, check this out. I clicked on the Steelers. Check out Cincy real quick. Cincy's got the Jets next week. I don't want to, hey Gunner, I don't want to say that's free, but like that's about as free as it gets. Okay, so this is what you got. So you got the Jets next week. So let's just assume the Bengals go 500. Then the Steelers really have a problem because the Bengals just got the tiebreaker for now at least. And now the Steelers are going, they're playing the Packers next week. And then they got the Dan Jones Colts and the Justin Herbert Chargers. The Steelers, oh my God. The Steelers have 2 of the next 3 Sunday night football games. Oh God. Alex, the school tomorrow has to wake up at 5:30. That blows, pal. We just started this. You gotta at least stay for a half hour. Jets are free, man. And that's, I mean, come on, dude. Even if you win... what is our record prediction for this Steelers stretch? Packers, Colts, Chargers. What is our prediction here? I wouldn't be shocked if they lose all 3. They might get the Chargers, considering their O-line's beat up. But like, what, 1-2? And then you play the Bengals again after this stretch, after a road game in LA? And then Bills, maybe the Ravens will be better by then, like Lions. I know the Bengals have a similar schedule, but this is not easy. 1-3, yeah. 1-3, it's like not exciting. So no matter what happens, they're beat up after this stretch. 0-3, Chargers win. Yeah, like no matter what. I'm not saying Dan Jones is gonna have the greatest game ever, but like if Joe Flacco can do it, anything is possible. AFC North's gonna have an 8-9 team win the division. Exactly. And the Bengals, if Burrow comes back mid-December, the AFC is wide open. The Bengals are going to get their get back. They're weathering this storm without Joe Burrow so well. Granted, they lost 4 straight. But, listen, they lost to the Lions. They got stomped by the Broncos. They got killed by the Vikings. Very clear. Jake Browning, they should have cut him. Should have never cut me. They should have cut him. Okay. Jets, easy. Bears, not impossible. Steelers again, okay. Patriots, that's tough. It does get tougher. But you close out the season like this, right? Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns. Jeff, I'm sorry, but I feel like that's an easy win in week 18. I think that's 3 straight. I don't know what's going to happen. Dan Jones will continue making every new game his best ever. Well, last game wasn't his greatest. But hey, Dan Jones MVP run. Believe it and it will happen. I'm just saying, like, by the way, drop a like if you didn't already. But I'm just saying, like, it's tough not to see down a world where Joe Burrow comes back against the Ravens, wins that game, and the Bengals run the table. I don't know why this game is a Sunday nighter. Bengals, Dolphins, waiting all day for Sunday night. NBC's got to do something. NBC's got to do something, man. They got to go Giants. There it is. NBC's got to do something. Because these next, let's pull up the SNF schedule, because this is brutal. Every time I see it in an SNF game, I'm like, that's going to be awful. Let's look, huh? Okay, so Giants, Chiefs, that underwhelmed. Okay, we got Falcons, Niners, that should be fine. Packers at Steelers. I mean, the Steelers aren't exactly fun to watch. Okay, Seahawks, Commanders, it's fine. It's a fine game, I guess. You get the Commanders involved. Seahawks are good. It's fine. Steelers, Chargers, again. Like, where's the variety of this? We get the Steelers twice in 3 weeks. Then we get the Chargers. Oh, wait, no, that's the Rams. Never mind. Then they go back to LA. Rams, Bucks will be fun. Lions, Eagles might be good. Then we get Bengals, Ravens. Which maybe Flacco? Maybe the Flacco's return to Baltimore? I don't think they expected that when they made the schedule. Commanders again? Why? Texans, Chiefs, I guess. You know, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Bears, Niners, that's getting flexed for sure. Vikings, Cowboys, sure, if you say so. My team sucks, but the Jets are worse. Exactly. Burrow's going to go crazy when he comes back. I agree. Dan Jones is the handoff merchant. No, I don't disagree with you. Dan Jones is the handoff merchant. But you know what? We got love for Dan Jones. He's earned it. He's earned it. I have way too much hate for Saquon to even care about Dan Jones at this point. Packers versus A-Rod should be fun storyline-wise. That's true, but God, man, like, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers makes me feel so apathetic at this point. I see Aaron Rodgers, I'm just like, all right, that's a story. That's a thing that happened, I guess. It's like, I get it. Like, bro, I get it. Every time something goes wrong, he makes this face in the huddle, on the broadcast, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I hate Aaron Rodgers, ivermectin, or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, you know, so I get it, Raj. You can still kind of throw. This is fun. Let's see what this Steelers team has. Let's see. Isn't Dan Jones the soup guy? Oh boy, what kind of stupid joke are you setting up? Yeah, I guess he's the soup guy. Hot take, SNF at times is the weakest link of the primetime games, mid-matchups most of the time. Collinsworth is still employed in schools the next day. I do agree. There was something about hearing the SNF theme when I was back in middle school and high school. Not as much in college, because college is a myth. But you get to that point, it's like, great. Or work, it's like, great, I got work tomorrow. I got school tomorrow. It always would happen. I'm a big procrastinator. I would always be like, man, damn it, I forgot to do that assignment. Like, I got to do my accelerated reading or whatever. I got to study for a test that I'm not ready for. What's the MNF lineup? And all right, let's look this up. Because let's look up TNF schedule, all right? Because I got a feeling these probably aren't going to jump off the page, but the games continue to be good. So let's just see. Aaron Rodgers still throws a beautiful spiral. He does. No, he still has an arm. I'm not going to say he doesn't. Oh, wow, it's all right here. Cool. All right. Here's what else we got for TNF, right? Vikings, Chargers. When it's on Thursday, I'm, like, not mad. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Thursday, any game is fine. Any game. Like, Ravens, Dolphins, sign me up. Someone has to win. You know what I mean? Vikings, Chargers. Will JJ McCarthy play? Yeah, Meep, I have an exam tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Meep. Stay in the stream. But, like, that's what I mean. I'm like, I'll watch Vikings Chargers. I'll have a lot to say. Maybe Justin Herbert loses. That'll be funny. Ravens Dolphins. Probably not the most exciting. But you know what? Let's see if the Dolphins are 1-7 by that point. Let's find out. Raiders, Broncos, in-division matchup. Jets, Pats, in-division matchup. And I think that's what TNF has going for it more than anything else. TNF gets the division games, whereas SNF gets like what they think would be an interesting matchup when they make the schedule in like May or June. They're like, the Cowboys will probably be good. We'll stick them there, and then we'll put 2 Chiefs games, and, we'll get the Steelers involved once or twice. It's, why not? Justin's going undefeated. He already has lost. They almost lost to the Dolphins. Let's relax, yeah? Bills Texans. Hey man, if the Texans put up a fight, that's the thing. It's like the bar just feels lower with these games. It's like if the Texans put up a fight, it'll be fun. If Caleb Williams doesn't play terrible, this game will be fun. I don't know about this one. We'll see. In-division matchup. In-division matchup. In-division matchup. You know? Lamar not win the Super Bowl with the Ravens. Yeah, probably. I mean, at this point, it's kind of tough to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm hearing people in Baltimore want, like, John Harbaugh gone, which, like, what, dude? I love you, Hunnaball. Thanks, Gunner. Dolphins just have to blow everything up. Well, no one's going to disagree with you, Kuda, or Kuda. No one's going to disagree with you. And I think that starts. Dolphins blowing everything up starts with one move. You know I've been seeing it everywhere. I know you've been seeing it everywhere. Jalen Waddle. Come on home. Come on home to New York City. East Rutherford, New Jersey. We'll pull up the MNF lineup. Monday Night Football. Bucks Lions. Great game. Texans Seahawks. Probably will be interesting. Chiefs Commanders. I think that's pretty even keel. I think both those teams are like good, not great. Cardinals Cowboys. Anyone could win that one. I'm sure the field aesthetic will be nice. Eagles Packers. That's a fun one. God, it would be nice if the Eagles lost. Cowboys Raiders. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Panthers Niners. You know, it might be. We'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? Giants Pats. That's fun. You know, Super Bowl matchup. Eagles Chargers. Like, you know what I mean? This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. And then you go to Sunday night and it's like, well, I mean, the problem is in May, this schedule looks sick. But they can't account for that. And it's just, there's so much parity this year in the NFL where it's like, these are supposed to be slam dunk, like have to get trades or have to get games. And it's like, God, I don't want to watch Broncos Commanders. That game's going to be 10-7. John Harbaugh should not be fired. How's he supposed to win with his current team with plus Lamar injured? Might as well go for a high pick. Yeah. No, exactly. I completely agree, Gunner. What an astute football take. Great question. Should Justin Fields consider a move to wide receiver for the Jets? That is a great question. It's a great question when you start it with great question. I agree. Justin Fields can't throw. We've said it. We've been saying it. He can't throw. I think Garrett Wilson should get traded. Don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but I feel like the Jets are so bad that blowing it up would just kind of feel like, you know, starting from scratch when you don't need to. Blowing the Jets up would be like making an omelet and getting some shell in the bowl after one egg and then just tossing the whole thing out. It's like there was not much there to begin with. You may as well just like, you don't have to like throw out the whole bowl. You don't have to like completely thrash everything. You know, that analogy sucked. The point is, what do you think is a fair price for Giants to pay for Waddle? A 2 and a 5? 2 and a 5, simple. Or maybe a 3 and a 4? That'd be sick. What I like about Jalen Waddle is the Dolphins already paid his signing bonus this year, so the Giants won't have to pay too much. So I'm fired up. Giants Nation, dude. If we can get Jalen Waddle. Also, we're going to talk about Steelers-Bengals a little bit more, but I will say this. Giants Twitter made Nick Bonito an enemy today. Nick Bonito apparently was a Giants fan when he was like 10. Giants Twitter pulled out every single tweet Nick Bonito has ever made in favor of the Giants, and he had to go back and delete them. People DM'd him. It was a whole shebang. And it did start with, I believe, Nick Bonito, but some some Broncos pass rusher being like, yeah, Jackson Dart's doing his thing. He's dancing. He's got his chain out, his Amazon chain. And it's like, come on, guys. Come on. But this Giants-Broncos game is going to be fiery. And we will be streaming during that game. And I'll be in some headspace. I don't know what it'll be. I'll either be very stressed or I'll either be the happiest I've ever been. Did you talk about how Tua threw everyone under the bus except himself? We did. Tua, like I've said before, I've said it 100 times now. Tua is on a Charlie Sheen press run. He can't say anything good. He just can't. He's not good on the mic. He's not a good leader. He's not accountable. He walked it back today, but I don't care. Miami's a disaster. Is Baker Mayfield low-key MVP pick? He's my favorite. Made a reel on it. Baker's my favorite. John Harbaugh needs to see that he's a Doc Rivers of the NFL. He's riding off that one ring and blows leads like none other. Well, yeah, but it's also not his fault that Mark Andrews dropped the ball twice against the Bills. It's not his fault injuries have destroyed the team this year. John Harbaugh is not perfect, but if you can name a coach that's available that's better than John Harbaugh, I'll shut the hell up. But I don't think it's a thing. Jets are on the forever rebuild as an organization. They gotta move. They gotta move. Move the team. If Jackson Dart is good, and this is obviously a very biased take, but if Jackson Dart is good, that's just another kick in the teeth for the Jets. Just another one. Rebrand the whole thing. Get Woody Johnson away from this stadium. Gruden. Yeah, Gruden. Yeah, dude. John Gruden. SNF in recent years feels like they're having elite teams play slightly above average 10 and 7 teams. Well, I don't even know. I think they think they're going to be good games. I think they're banking on Steelers Chargers being a good game. Seahawks Commanders. I mean, these are all playoff teams from last season, other than the Falcons and the Niners. These are both playoff teams. Well, Seahawks just were outside, but like basically playoff teams, almost playoff teams, etc. Right? So it's literally just like, what's the best matchup from last year's records we can put on prime time? And I get it. I really wish my light died. Unbelievable. Hold on. God. There it is. All right. Light's back. Dolphins cards to draft new QBs this year. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore. You are a New York Jet. I don't think the Cardinals will. I think they should, but I don't think they will. Both the Cardinals and Dolphins are very stuck in their QB contracts right now. Ravens let their next coach go to Seattle, and look at Seattle right now. That's fair. That's fair, but what were they going to do? Put Mike McDonald as the head coach, give him the clipboard? Like, no, man, come on. No way. Can't do that. Let's be fair. Let's be fair for once, guys. All right. I do have more to say about Steelers-Bengals, though, before we go completely ripping on the Ravens and the NFL schedule makers who don't have a crystal ball. They don't see what's going to happen. But I think my main note is, one, Jamar Chase was a beast. Jamar Chase, have a night. This was fun. Yoshi. He dropped one pass. It felt like he dropped 8. He dropped a couple of big passes last week against Green Bay, and he dropped one tonight, and it just felt bad. You could tell he was upset. Mr. Hunnaball, did you enjoy the football game? I did. I had a lot of fun. I wish Yoshi got more involved. But I mean, dude, Noah Fant was the Bengals' 4th highest receiver, and he had 6 less yards than DK Metcalf. He had more catches than DK Metcalf. Like, and also, how about that interception? It's in the thumbnail. How about that interception? I'm blanking on the fella's name. I guess I'll have it right here. Where is it? What the hell? It is interceptions. Oh, there it is. Was it DJ Turner? Obviously, it was one of these two. I think it was DJ Turner, who just ripped it out of DK Metcalf's hands. DK Metcalf, dude. Talk about useless muscle. Strength for what, dude? You can't even hold on to the ball. He's getting out-muscled by a DB. Are you kidding me? Heard a rumor that the Eagles might go to McKee if Hurts doesn't get it together. That would be the best thing ever. I got a Joker laugh out of me. That would be the best thing that's ever happened this season. Aaron launching that 70 yards in the last play was insane to me. Aaron got it. He got the arm underneath it. He had it. I was like, boy, that Aaron's still got a hose, man. He can throw that ball. But again, it's not enough. Arthur Smith offenses, it's not enough. Steelers fans everywhere are praying the Titans bring back Arthur Smith. Put him in as head coach. Steelers fans are praying. Arthur Smith, bro, he can't have a job in this league. I did think Rodgers had one more Hail Mary in him. You guys know the Hail Mary he had against the Lions? Of course you do, right? So I was watching that game when it happened, and I was watching downstairs in my living room, but it was, school was about to start tomorrow. I just, oh, damn, I have an assignment to do. I got to go upstairs. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to turn this game off. I'm going to go upstairs, and I'm going to watch the last play of this game, even though it probably won't even matter. I'm just going to turn it on anyway to see the end of the game. I turn the TV off. I walk upstairs. Of course, my mom asked me to take the trash cans out. So I take the trash cans out, and then I go upstairs, turn the game on. I'm like, I'm sure the Lions won. Hail Mary happened. I completely missed one of the coolest moments ever, and I had full intention of watching it. I sat through that whole game. I didn't watch the moment, but it was cool. I was at the Cardinals-Packers game where he had those 2 Hail Marys, which was sick. That game was very fun, so I kind of got it back. But Raj can still throw it, man. He still has the deep ball. It's a bummer that the Steelers don't know how the hell to use him. If it weren't for that one Freiermuth 68-yard touchdown, like, this game would have been so much worse from an offensive perspective. 2 picks, one of which wasn't his fault. The O-line held up. Like, dude, the Bengals pass rush without Trey Hendrickson. You couldn't do better against that team? Really? Like, the Steelers were rocking and rolling. It felt like it was going to be a blowout. And then the Bengals get 17 in the second quarter. They beat the brakes off them. They went into the half with a lead. Are you kidding me? Like, if the bigger takeaway is, like, good for the Bengals. I'm happy the Bengals won. They deserve this one, kind of. Bengals fans weren't exactly very thrilled. I'm glad Jamar Chase is getting rolling again. He had, what, 40 fantasy points? 38? Something like that in PPR? But, man, I stopped watching football for a year because of what Arthur Smith did to my Falcons. Exactly. I hate Arthur Smith because I drafted Bijan Robinson his rookie season. It's nice to know I wasn't crazy. It's nice to be vindicated in that feeling. Because the Giants have had some bummer head coaches. I'm not going to sit here and say that Arthur Smith is the worst coach I've ever seen. Move aside, Joe Judge. But I'll say this much. When you put Arthur Smith and Terrell Austin in the same coaching room, it's like, what is the plan here? And I'm careful with this, right? Because the thing with the Steelers and most teams is you could poke holes in this year every team. But usually 28 to 30 teams in the NFL, you could say, how the hell is this team ever going to win a Super Bowl? How the hell is this team ever going to win anything important? And it's like, if the bar is Super Bowl, you're never going to be content. I made a whole video about quarterbacks, basically saying the same thing. If the bar is winning the Super Bowl, not every team wants to win the Super Bowl. But the Steelers have been spinning their wheels, drafting trench guys, blue chip prospects like Derek Harmon, who I think has done fine, but let's not kid ourselves here. I'm not saying they should have taken Shador or even Jackson Dart, but it's this lack of flash that I think is going to hold the Steelers back. I'll say it. I defended John Harbaugh, but I'll say it until Mike Tomlin gets fired. I just don't see a world where this Steelers team ever has a chance at contending. That's the difference. No one ever, even going into tonight, you would think, is this Steelers team have any chance to win in the postseason? Probably not. In a vacuum, do we think the Steelers play the Colts in the playoffs in Indy? Who you got? Because I got the Colts. Firmly. I got the Dan Jones Colts in Indy. Can we trade? They tried to tell me Arthur was so generational because he coordinated FedEx routes. I'm so sure. Seriously, the Nepo hire. I'm making a video on coaches. It should be out tomorrow or the day after. But I say, like, people don't just stumble into the head coaching gigs. Arthur Smith is an exception. Arthur Smith is a total exception. He hasn't earned anything. Can we trade Chip Kelly to the Steelers? They might want him. They might want him. Old school, apparently. God, Chip Kelly sucks too. Tomlin's better than Harbaugh. Harbaugh's holding Lamar back more than the other way around. I completely disagree with that. Jarv. It looks like we're doing another Joe Shane, Dave Gettleman style argument here. I completely disagree. I think John Harbaugh is a bit, like, obviously Mike Tomlin's not a bad coach. I just think Mike Tomlin is a lot more stiff and he's a lot more stubborn when it comes to play calling, team building, staff assembly, just the day-to-day operation, where I think John Harbaugh is a lot more flexible, so to speak. And I think that's what's holding Mike Tomlin back more than anything. I'm not saying they have to fire Mike Tomlin. I'm just saying when the culture is above average but never great, that's going to piss off fans. I was in the Steelers subreddit. Dude, people are pissed. People are livid. Highest paid defense for what? Trade for DK Metcalf for what? Like, sign Aaron Rodgers for what? Like, what's the point of this team? At best, they go, what, 9-8? 10-7 even? And, like, first round exit? Remember last season when the Steelers made the playoffs against the Ravens and everyone was like, my God, why did it have to be the Steelers? If you weren't a Steelers fan, you had to have been rooting for Cincy to take that last playoff spot. Because we all knew Cincy was better than the Steelers. They just started really slow. But of course the Steelers won. And of course the Steelers got stomped. If you guys remember, you want John Harbaugh's better than Mike Tomlin. Do you remember that playoff game last season when the Ravens ran the ball every play the entire first half and went up 21-0 or 21-3? That's Steelers Ravens. That's Tomlin Harbaugh. Harbaugh's just better at doing what Tomlin wants to do. Mike Tomlin's not a bad coach, but he's so rigid in his football ideals that you just can't expect to win anything substantial. Tomlin doesn't have Lamar. That's by choice. That's by choice. They took Kenny Pickett, and they refused to address it elsewhere. Jeffrey knows what I'm saying. Jeffrey's a Browns fan. He sees it. Oh, Tomlin always takes a mid team to the playoffs, I'm assuming. It's like, yeah, but like, I refuse to believe that Mike Tomlin's not involved in personnel decisions. This deep into his tenure, I refuse to believe that he is not directly involved in the signing of Aaron Rodgers, with letting Najee go, with trading George Pickens, with paying all these defensive players. Like, if we look at their cap, like, let's look at the Steelers' cap real quick. And I know you guys are saying other stuff, but I just really want to drive this home. Because the Steelers piss me off. They really do. Steelers have 20 million cap, right? And this all would go away if the Steelers just traded for Jalen Waddle. But look at this. Look at this. Look at how many cap hits are on the defensive side of the ball. Your top 4 players are on the defensive side of the ball. Cam Hayward is eating $22 million. Like, and then what? Raj, sure. Good sign. Pat Freiermuth, your tight end 2, maybe tight end 3. Metcalf, sure. And I guess they are adding some trench guys. Slay, Ramsey, Boswell. They're paying Boswell 4.7. That's crazy. Getting Broderick Jones. I think he's still on his rookie deal. Derek Harmon, you know, Fat New, all those guys, right? Mason Rudolph on the payroll. Like this, you look at this roster and you're just like, seriously? I hope the video includes a whole era where everyone who was in the same space as McVay got hired as a head coach. It doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I'm more so focused on first-year head coaches and how how a cringe introductory press conference like really does better than helps more than it harms the team, because it kind of gets the invisible wall out of the room. Derrick Henry ran for like 200 yards in that game. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like they're better. Harbaugh has a much better roster than Tomlin. You could say Tomlin's overachieved while Harbaugh's underachieved. That's more on the Steelers GM than Tomlin. I don't disagree, but at a certain point, this is the culture Tomlin has brought on. This is, God, I'm blanking on the Steelers GM name. I know I've heard it 100 times. Oh man. It's not Eric DeCosta. That's the Ravens. God, this is going to piss me off. Omar Khan. I knew that. Omar Khan. Yeah. Like, I get it. It's not on Tomlin that he has a worse team. But you got to admit, this is Tomlin's culture. This is not new. The Steelers have been doing this for years. Almost a decade now. Since AB and Le'Veon Bell walked, which say what you will about Le'Veon Bell and AB, honestly. Since they walked, this offense has been brutal. And it is on Tomlin that they hired Arthur Smith. And it is on Tomlin that they hired Tamir Austin, or whatever the hell his name is. Terrell Austin. That's on Tomlin. So, like, it's just rich to say that, like, oh, the Ravens should fire John Harbaugh, but Mike Tomlin's a great head coach. It's like I don't think both those statements are true. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. The Ravens have a better team. But there's just something about the way the Steelers are built that pissed me off. But the Bengals deserve their flowers, too. They were staring down the barrel of another hollow season, and they found a way to make it work. Frankly, same with Harbaugh. They've been blowing big leads and disappointing in the playoffs. Yeah, but at least the Ravens felt like they had a chance. At least the Ravens actually lose close to good teams, like the Bills and the Chiefs. The Steelers have never felt like they had a chance. Not once in the past. Jeez. Even the 11-0 Steelers, they got bounced in the first round by Baker Mayfield. Was that coaching? You know what I mean? Like, it's not all on Tomlin, but I don't think there's been a Steelers team that we all genuinely thought could have competed. What about the Titans? What do you mean, but what about the Titans? Like the Titans losing in the playoffs, or the Ravens losing the Titans? The Derrick Henry Titans? Look, that was a one-off game. I'm talking recently, man. That was like pre-COVID. I'm talking recently, man. I know, I just brought up the Baker Mayfield loss, though. That's not fair of me. But I'm just saying, like, you get to a point. Recently, the Ravens have lost to the Bills in the playoffs, the Chiefs in the playoffs. The Steelers lost to the Ravens. They lost to the Ravens. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, it hasn't felt like in a very, very long time that the Steelers had a chance to win the Super Bowl. Even though they're always pushing their chips to the table. Do you think the Bengals will rush Burrow back if they have a shot at the playoffs? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know if the team doctor will let them, but I think they will. Especially for something like turf toe. Just have him, like, not run. Just have him not scramble. Have Amarius Mims and Drew Sample strong up that edge side. There you go. I think they will, for sure. I'm, like, sweating now because of this argument with Jarv. But I do respect your take. I get your opinion. I just don't think that Mike Tomlin, like, has built the right culture in Pittsburgh. It feels very like we're okay with 9 wins. We're okay with being above average. When the Ravens are bad, it hurts. It hurts. It feels like something is wrong because the Ravens are supposed to be really good. I think that tells you all you need to know. I think we've made our points in that regard. I assume that I haven't changed your mind, Jarv, but I'm just saying that Mike Tomlin wants to be John Harbaugh, and he's not doing a good job at it. In other news, T. Higgins is back. I know someone said they didn't start him. I think it was Brady, maybe? Kuda? Someone? Didn't Alex NFL? Someone didn't start T. Higgins, and I feel bad for you. Because T. Higgins had a solid night in fantasy. He's back. Over 20 points. Not too bad, PPR. And just a fun game. Just a really fun game. TNF is on a real heater, which is what I named this stream, but I mean it. And I will say, Joe Flacco, he's definitely moving up the pretty bad quarterback tier. And you know what? Let me say this. I should have done this a little bit ago. Spencer Rattler is 1 win. He is 1 win from moving into meh. I mean it. I've heard such positive things about Spencer Rattler this week. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm sitting there watching Saints tape. But the fact of the matter is Spencer Rattler has earned his way to at least have the good debate. Exactly. Spencer Rattler has earned his way. Move to safety. Ramsey's going to have to... Yeah. Ramsey looked old, but let me just, Rattler has earned his way to move up a tier. He looks good. Good enough to where the Saints don't have to draft a QB. But yeah, Ramsey looks old. Darius Slay, not very impressive. Joey Porter Jr. I swear, are the commentators ever saying anything good about Joey Porter Jr.? Like, seriously. I feel like Joey Porter Jr., it's either he gave up a play, my Siri just turned on, either he gave up a play or he's hurt. He'll make a good play every now and again. But I just feel like Joey Porter Jr. is such an enigma. He's not like, I told you Spencer Rattler was underrated. Yeah, no, you were right. You were right. The more I've been thinking about it, the more I'm like, he is competing. The Saints are 1-5, but he did beat Jackson Dart. He is competing. It's just when you start your career 0-10, it's a tough sell, right? In fact, I believe he started his career 1-12 now. It's a tough sell. 33-year-old Slay and man covered with no safety help is coaching malpractice. Yeah, that's exactly it. The way they're coaching this secondary is just not inspiring at all. The way they're coaching this team, highest paid defense in the league. The Joe Flacco Bengals just hung 33 on them. Granted, they turned it over twice, but still. I just don't like a team that's built boring. I don't. I can't sit here and act like a team that thinks they're too good for wide receivers is just like acceptable at this point. We're at dude, Pat Freiermuth got 6 targets. Jonnu Smith got 6 targets. Darnell Washington got 5. That's 17 out of the 33 targets. That is more than half of the targets going to the tight ends. I like tight ends. I usually play tight end when it comes to like football games. Tall, strong. It's different when you have Tony Gonzalez, Travis Kelce, Gronk, Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, Darnell Washington. Darnell Washington is big for nothing. I'll say that. Darnell Washington has size for nothing. He is so easy to tackle. It's like how Goliath went down with a single slingshot throw. David throws like a rock at him and it's like, down goes Goliath. That's what it's like watching Darnell Washington play football. It's like every DB is David and he is Goliath and he loses every time. He caught a touchdown and he still had 2 yards on the day. Jesus. Chris Brown is here. Well. And is also here. Chris, you waited until the Bengals won a game. It's been weird. We haven't seen you in 3 weeks. You weren't here for the Thursday night show. Put some respect on Unc. He's earned it. With the way Rattler is playing, you wonder why they picked Shuck in the second round. Someone said, I forget who, it may have been you, Brady. Someone said it just looking like one of the worst picks of this year's draft, taking Shuck at the top of round 2. I agree. Rattler looks good. Do you think Sanders starts this year if Gabriel keeps playing the way he is? Kind of missed the nonsense media frenzy of Shedeur. I think it would be the funniest thing ever. He probably will. The Browns have nothing to lose. Sorry, Jeff, but the Browns have nothing to lose. We're at a point where it's like, why the hell not? Why not? Steelers will never win anything meaningful with Tomlin. That's my point. Joe Cool 2.0. Feel the same way about Theo Johnson. Yeah, it's all for nothing. Except Theo is like, you know, he's not our number one option. Our plan was not like Theo, 6 targets to Theo Johnson. Of course, that's usually what happens. But like, it would be one thing if we threw Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger, and Thomas Fidone, who I wish Thomas Fidone got more work. But the point is that more than half your targets are going to your tight end. That's a problem. If you have, when we're not considering DK Metcalf targets, they had 3. Connor Hayward got a target, for God's sake. Roman Wilson and Scotty Miller combined for 3 targets. Scotty Miller's the wide receiver 3? Are you serious? Breaking news, AJ Brown to the Patriots. That'd be funny. Hey man, David used a sling. Those things are legitimately dangerous. I'm just, you know, John, I'm just making an analogy here. But yes, Chris works a lot, but we did miss you. He dodged for the past couple of weeks. Yeah, you're here when the Giants are losing. And said that about Chuck. Okay, there it is. Put some respect on Joe and you put respect on Dart, Chris. Yeah, fair enough. Look, everyone's winning. Everyone's winning. I don't want ducking. I'm employed. I know scary. Look, hey man, just drop a like. We're glad that you're back. I even put Chris Brown in the thumbnail. I don't know if you guys saw or not, but as you can see, Chris Breezy right there. I was hoping you'd join. So there it is. Turns out if you just chuck it to your wide receiver 1, it works out, huh, Browning? Yeah, no, seriously. They should have never cut me. Yeah, they should have. You're really bad. I bet the Vikings are glad they cut you. And I think the Bengals are going to do it this offseason. Anyways. I have a buddy in my family that works in/near the league. The locker room is behind Shedeur, apparently. No way. All right, ADD is bringing it. He's got the inside source. The locker room is behind Shedeur. I can't blame him. Dylan Gabriel's not exactly inspiring. Not exactly great. 52 passes. His A-dot sucked. Dylan Gabriel's definitely not ready to play. Don't know why the Browns traded Joe Flacco, but hey, why not? If the Bengals have a quarterback named Joe, watch out. Dart has aura, I take it back. Dart is him, but Flacco has aura, he's better. I'll take it. I'll take it. You saying Dart has aura, I'll take it. The disrespect that Billy gets from our staff is insane. He should be way more involved. I agree. And to be honest with you, as biased as I sound, you give me a room of Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger, and Thomas Fidone, and I take that over a room with Jonnu Smith, Pat Freiermuth, and Darnell Washington. Because at least there's upside in the young room. At least you're not paying what the Steelers are paying Pat Freiermuth. You're not paying Theo Johnson damn near 13 mil to play this year. Or Jonnu Smith 5.5. You're not paying Bellinger 5.1 to play this year. You know what I mean? That's just me, though. That's just me. If Saints decide to move on from Rattler, he goes to the Rams, lights it up, that's on them. Yeah, that might happen. But I think the Steelers might actually, not the Steelers, I think the Saints actually might hold on to the rattlesnake for a little bit. Darnell Washington is such a weird tight end. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of seeing him. I'm sick of watching him play. I was watching tonight, I'm like, why is Darnell Washington getting like design targets? DK Metcalf is right there, setting pick routes for a 6'8", 300-pound tight end. How tall is Darnell Washington? 6'7". There you go. Like, great. He hurled a defender. That was a long time ago. He's a fun story. He's cool to do like a tush push with, but like, come on, find yourself a girl that loves you like Arthur Smith loves Jonnu Smith. Yeah. Arthur Smith, dude, the way he coaches is so obvious, man. And I know some people said some stuff in between, but the way Arthur Smith coaches is the most obvious favoritism you've ever seen. He picks some guys, Tyler Algier, Jonnu Smith, clearly Darnell Washington. Hell, I think Kenneth Gainwell's getting some work. Not really. Okay, I made that one up. But the point is that he picks his guys and he just funnels the offense through them. Even if they suck. It's like, this guy worked his ass off this week in practice. I like the cut of his jib. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, Arthur Smith. But yeah. What was I saying? Also, Zach's earned himself a mysterious package for how he called that second to last try. We just ripped on coaches for a while. You know, we did the coach hate thing. He's too undersized. Darnell Washington is too undersized to play O-line, but it's a good receiving option at tight end. Yeah, good if you like catching and moving nowhere. Find yourself. Wait, did you just say 6? I did say 6'7". That was great. I had a feeling he was 6'7". I wanted to assume 6'8". Arthur Smith loves his third string tight ends. Just watched the new South Park episode. You just said 6'7". I'm puking now. Dude, the new South Park episode. South Park's been on a real heater this season. I gotta catch up. I'm like a few episodes behind, but I've been really getting into South Park. It's the only reason I have Paramount, which again, in case you missed it, Paramount Plus student plan, $2 a month. It's worth it if you do it like that. This Arthur Smith guy's the third leading favorite to be the Titans head coach. Yeah, no, dude, and if he, Arthur Smith making his return to Tennessee would be brutal. That would literally just, I don't even want to think about the things that would do to Cam Ward's career trajectory. Cam Ward would be finished. He would be worse than Bryce Young, which I know on the tier list he currently is already. I'm like, Cam Ward will be a bust. A confirmed, like, #1 pick miss. Probably the biggest bust since Zach Wilson or Trey Lance, whichever one you prefer. If he goes to the Titans. Noah Fant is him. Getting Noah Fant involved makes more sense. At least he can move. At least he can move, man. You know, he had more yards, more catches than Jonnu Smith. Of course, Jonnu Smith had the first drive touchdown, but still. Darnell Washington should be playing left or right tackle. It's like, Darnell Washington, what player does he... It's like Harold Carmichael, but Harold Carmichael was actually good. You know, it's like, use his size, but like, you actually have to be good at football, good at moving. I remember in Atlanta, he had a package where Jonnu was in the backfield instead of Bijan. I remember that one too. I remember that too. God, I hate Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith, man, I'll tell you, if we might do a coaching tier list one of these days. We should do a coordinator tier list. I should read up on every coordinator. Finding out how much Steelers fans hate Terrell Austin made me very interested in what's the story behind most coordinators. Because I can't name many. And especially because the last Chiefs fan I met said that Spags was the worst DC in the NFL. Which everyone I've told that to is like, whoa, what? Completely way off. But I do like the Darnell Washington discourse we've begun with. T. Higgins didn't pull a Todd Gurley. You love to see it. Oh, yeah. No, that was cool. That was cool. Nice slide down by T. Higgins. Of course, that touchdown would have been insane for fantasy. He just cooked Jalen Ramsey, too. No glove wearing Jalen Ramsey. That was sick. We got to run a Darnell Washington on the goal line. DK who? Yeah, no, seriously. Guys. I thought of an idea. Let's throw a tight end screen to the slowest player on the field. That's what the Steelers did tonight. They had DK Metcalf run a pick play up top. Chigo Conko and Gunnar Helm would go crazy in that Smith offense. Seriously, be all in on Chigo Conko next year. Be all in on Chiggy. Darnell's 2'6'7" and can't run routes. He's 6'6.5" and can't get any contested catches. Because he can't jump. He can't move. Titans and Browns are where young QBs go to die. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts, but if the Titans can bring in the right head coach, I'll say it. There's one option. His name's Eddie George. Bring him home. No, the coach the Titans should get is Joe Brady. I don't know if Joe Brady will want to go, but that's who they should swing for, in my opinion. If the Giants got Joe Brady, I'd be thrilled. Again, I'm back and forth on Dabes yet. Dabes is not completely out of the doghouse yet. We got to beat Denver. If we can beat Denver, I'll call it. We can keep Dabes for another season. I know I'm not the one making decisions, but I'm just saying, like, beating Denver will be huge. It's like when you have to get a guy to touch his Madden franchise because you wasted a first for him. Exactly. Or you have like this is newer Maddens, but like you have some game plan goal to get and you're like force feeding it to, it's like, God, okay, I got to get 4 targets to Darnell Washington. That way he can get an XP boost and get a new dev trait. It's like, that's what Arthur Smith is doing. He's playing Madden because he doesn't actually know how to coach a football team. Arthur Smith is not good at coaching the game of football. I coach youth flag. I don't play favorites. Throw to the open man or girl. I usually coach co-ed. Throw to the open player. Damn it. I'm not force feeding touches to people. I got a second grader running a complex route because I think she can run it. I'm not afraid to spread the ball around, Arthur. What's your deal, man? The Falcons take a running back 7th overall. He says no thank you. I'd rather run with Tyler Algier. Cordero Patterson. Remember Cordero Patterson getting more carries than Bijan Robinson? I'll never forget that. That's scorched in my mind forever. At least Jonnu was athletic, but now Arthur has a new favorite toy that can barely move. Yeah. I mean, Jonnu's right there. He got 6 targets. He got more than DK Metcalf. Fryermuth got more than DK Metcalf. Warren got the same amount of targets as DK Metcalf. Darnell Washington, same amount of targets as DK Metcalf. Like, I've made that point 100 times, but what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? Purple. What the hell are we doing? I still think John Gruden could be solid. Yes, but, you know, let's not... I don't think John Gruden would save Cam Ward's career. I don't know. But again, who knows? Mike McCarthy should be the #1 option for head coach on the Titans. Wow, that's bold. I wouldn't be I'm not a big Mike McCarthy guy. I was bummed when the Cowboys fired him. I wanted him to stay forever. Not true. He made Joe Flacco look good for a year. Jacoby Brissett had a top 10 offense, so we keep people in the league. That's true. The Browns can save a career. It's where quarterbacks go to die, but they can also... It's where they go to... How do I put this? The Browns is like you find a drowning quarterback and you throw him one floaty. One floaty. It's like, we will try. We will not accomplish much, but we will not die. We will not drown in Cleveland. And I think there's like some sort of thing with Cleveland players where it's like, this isn't where it's ending. This can't be where it ends. This cannot be the end of this story. I did not fight my whole life, beat every odd in the world to end my career on this team. I'm just saying. Chris Brown, I have nothing against Gruden, but he isn't good enough to have a head coaching job. Yeah, I agree. That's where I'm at. I think he's washed. You excited for the new Giants wide receiver acquisition, calling Jalen Waddle? Me too. 2 and a 5. He made that post. Every insider on Twitter is saying the Giants are moving for him. I think it's just about ironing out the price. I think if Miami loses this week, Jalen Waddle will be a Giant before next Wednesday. Which, let's be honest, Miami's probably going to lose this week. Who does Miami have? Cleveland? Oh, damn it. You serious? All right, Jeff. We need this one. We need this one. If Miami wins, they might actually keep Waddle. We need this one, fellas. Dylan Gabriel. What kind of man are you? Let's find out. Harold Fannin. Let's do it. He's their leading receiver? That can't be right. That can't be right. There's no way the Browns' leading receiver is Harold Fannin with 254. That cannot be right. Oh, God. I don't even know how to look it up. Okay, you know what? Let's look this up. I need to verify this. I know you guys are saying things in the chat that I will respond to, but that cannot be right. No way, dude. No way. Well, that's just not inspiring. Poor Browns. Poor Browns. Anyways, I understand, but shit, if Callahan can get a head coaching gig, I don't see why Gruden can't get another shot. Yeah, I mean, I guess if the bar is Callahan, anything's possible. Hell, I could get the call. You know, and anything's possible. I think the Raiders should give us Aiden O'Connell. He didn't play terrible for his first 2 years. I mean, sure, I guess. If that's the needle moving move you want to make, sure. AOC. If anything, I think the Raiders should be in the QB buying market, but whatever. That's just my opinion. Well, hey, man, when you go from Judy and Tillman, wide receiver, to Chase and Higgins, it's pretty easy to look better. That's fair. That's fair. Who dat Hank? Welcome to the stream, Hank. Man, we should just blow it all up. Nothing can be salvaged, in my opinion. I agree. But again, if they win this week, they're going to be like, hey, they're going to be buying into their own nonsense. But if they lose this week, what's the spread? God, okay, wait, hold on. ESPN lets you do it if you click on the game real fast. I don't want to look up DraftKings. It was even? 2.5? I think it was 2.5. I think I saw 2.5. 2.5 points, I'm assuming, in favor of Miami. I'm just going to look it up. We got to know. But we need this one. We need this one. All right. Now we're going to Raymond Ricard for a bag of chips. Waddle, I'm sorry, bro. Well, come on now. I don't think the Falcons are getting Waddle. I think he's already looking at apartments in New York or Jersey, I guess. All right, let's look at the odds real quick. For the Browns Dolphins. Okay, so Browns -2.5. Come on, Browns. One time, Dylan Gabriel. This is your game, Dylan. Dylan, everybody is telling you that you can't do it. Show them what kind of man you are. Because if you don't win this one, I'm getting a Sanders jersey. I'm doing it. I'm not. We do need this. They're #1 target right now. Yeah, that's crazy. What wide receiver do you think is the most plausible for the Giants? Waddle. I know I sound a little delusional, but I think it is Waddle because of the contract situation. Because if you trade for Jacoby Myers, or Jerry Jeudy, which would be weird, or Chris Olave. I don't know about Jeudy, but you have to give Olave and Myers new contracts, and that's not exactly ideal. In a couple of years, when Jalen Waddle's contract really kicks in, it'll kind of look like a bargain, provided he plays well. Pair him up with Neighbors, who's still in his rookie deal, obviously. The stars are lining up. You get Waddle. You get Neighbors. You draft an offensive lineman. Steer up that O-line. Who's stopping this offense? Maybe even draft a tight end. Who the hell knows? Maybe trade for Darnell Washington. I don't know. Shoot. Hope Gruden gets a second job just for the clips. Yeah, that's true. That would be fun. That would be fun. I don't know where, though. I don't think he's going to Tennessee. I don't think his big return to coaching would be in Tennessee, just in my opinion. They screw it until after 27. That Tua contract kills him. Oh my God, I'm yawning. It's not even 10 o'clock. Jesus. But yeah. By the way, drop a like. Just want to say that. Don't know if Chris is still in here, but, you know, if anyone. Hey, Dolphins, send Jalen Waddle to my Browns. Well, that would be hurtful. That would be mean. If they're like, hey, Jalen, just stay in Cleveland, buddy. You're never leaving. That'd be funny. We will do our picks. But I will spoil this for now. This is just straight hopium. We're taking Cleveland with the points. We're taking Cleveland. I might just stay on this screen for a minute, but yeah, we're taking Cleveland. Waddle will really help Neighbors post-injury because he wouldn't have as much of a workload. Yeah, it came out today. Neighbors still hasn't had surgery. I don't know what the story is with that. I'm not a doctor, but like, come on. And no, John, I don't want Addison. Maybe. I don't think the Vikings would trade Addison, but maybe. The Chiefs would trade Jordan Addison so they have the first team all-suspension wide receiver. Rashee Rice is back, fellas. I'm starting him in fantasy, and I'm excited about it. Hope you got him as well. Stashed. What a guy. I wish I took him in the 7th round and just didn't take Brian Thomas, but whatever. We're good. Why not? Brandon Ayuk, once he gets healthy, I can see him getting traded. I don't know if he's ever going to get healthy, though. Brandon Ayuk, man, struggling. We did well with former Dolphins wide receiver before Jarvis Landry. Man, I love Jarvis Landry. One time I made a post on Instagram and Jarvis Landry was still like pretty young and up and coming. Like he had just gotten drafted. The only reason I knew about him was because he was friends with OBJ, who again was still pretty low key. This was right when they both got drafted. So Jarvis Landry was doing a follow for follow on Instagram. Remember when people do follow for follows? Like, hey man, follow me and I'll follow you back and we can get followers and look cool. That's just straight up not a thing anymore. Now the only way to get followers on Instagram is just post a titty shot. Let's be honest. And speaking of which, I gotta do the Hinge update. But man, I made a post. Jarvis Landry liked it, screenshotted it. I have it archived. I can pull it up for proof. Made my life. And then Jarvis Landry did awesome. And I was like, oh my God, this famous NFL player knows who I am. He didn't, but I was a kid. Thought it was cool. I saw Vikings fans upset that JJ's coming back. Yeah, no, where are we at with that? Do we think that Carson Wentz or JJ is the better play this week? Because on the one hand, it's like Carson Wentz might be better today, but how much better? And I feel like you should see what you have in JJ McCarthy, but man, this Eagles-Vikings game is going to be weird. I don't know what to expect. I'm probably going to take the Eagles with the spread just because I just don't know what to expect. I would love for the Vikings to win, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still huffing that BTJ hopium. He's bouncing back. I traded him already. Back when Instagram was pure. Exactly. Those are fair weather fans, honestly. We got to see what the kid is. It's also funny because the dude who drafted Rice in my leagues 2-4 and just to convince he'll now win out. People are delusional, that's for sure. Wentz is hurt still, shoulder injury. All right, fair enough. I do agree. The Vikings fans that are like, no, let's stick with Wentz. It's like, really? I hate short-sighted fans in the NFL. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. All right, guys. Well, this just got wild. I got a text. Things just got wild. You guys better stay for the Hinge update. Rice #felon. Yeah, but it was a crime of passion. Look, who hasn't hit a car and then sped off? I do have a story. I'll tell that story because the statute is passed and it really wasn't even that bad. If you can't tell, I also have committed a hit and run And I like telling stories on this channel, but we'll continue the football jargon. But I will come back to this. God, I have still a bunch to say. As a Jettis fantasy owner, I just hope JJ can get him the ball. I'm playing Jettis this week. Let's take this week off, and then afterwards, it's time to eat. It's time to eat. Give him one more week to figure it out. Let the Eagles... Oh, my God, but the Eagles secondary is so terrible. That's the one thing. The Eagles secondary is brutal. If JJ McCarthy can't slice up this Eagles defense with Jettas and Addison and a good O-line, which I think... Is the Vikings O-line still pretty healthy? I know they actually not... I know they were a little dinged up. Is it healthy again, or what are we doing? Let's look at that actually really quick. Let's catch up, even though I'm sure John will have an answer before I pull this up, but let's find out. Where's this game? Here we go. I want to see how the injury report is looking. I hate how they take the spread away. It's like it's right there. Grant Calcaterra, questionable. That's a bummer. That's my boy. Okay, so it looks not too bad. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Let's double check. But yeah, this is, if you want to pause the video at any point, these are the injury updates, but I'm sure you guys could look this up. Okay, Ryan Kelly's on IR. Okay, so I guess that's not great. Brian O'Neill, questionable. I don't know if he's a starter. I know Ryan Kelly is, though. That sucks. Zeke Coral, also on IR. Matt Nelson, great. I had a friend named Matt Nelson. Dude was cool. He wasn't really my friend. I just knew he existed. But yeah. All right, so not the healthiest O-line, but Jage was limited on practice today. He'll probably play. Cashman might play. Coolest name ever. So I think when you're looking at the Vikings, it's like, I don't want to only talk about Jackson Dart and the Jackson Dart Victory Lab. NFL is a week-by-week game. Things change all the time. I do think watching Jackson Dart slice up that Eagles defense, if you're JJ McCarthy, you can't do that with these weapons. Depends if they have Darius on a pitch count. It looks like, he's off the injury report, so I think he'll be at full strength. So if Darrisaw plays, no one's going to argue that JJ McCarthy has more help than Jackson Dart does. So the fact that Dart hung 34 on them, you got to put on a show, Jage. You got to show them. You had your time off. You've had your time to learn clipboard reps. It's time to go out there and be somebody. I knew JJ McCarthy was in trouble when he looked at Jefferson and said, "Don't give up on me" after the very first game. I didn't see that. That's so funny. Don't give up on me, please. All right. I think the Vikings are going to lose, but God, I hope I'm wrong. And we'll be streaming during that game, I believe, because I think it's a 10 o'clock / 1 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock game. We'll be streaming during it, so we'll probably have that in one of the quad boxes. So pop in through that. We'll be talking about it. Gotta talk about my man Drake May. Saw you made a short about him. Do we have a video incoming? We don't. The short was the video incoming, but I do love Drake May. I think Drake May, as you can see, he's at the top of pretty good. Again, turn the stream up to 720 if you don't already. It's in settings. Drake May is at the top of pretty good. Sorry, I hit the mic. Top of pretty good. One more win, he is moving up to elite. Call it. I don't want to jump too fast. Okay, but they're playing, I believe, the Raiders. I believe the Patriots are playing they're playing the Titans. Tough matchup. Sorry, Ann. Tough matchup. If Drake May can do what we all think he's going to do, man, it's going to be a good one. JJ don't have the running game Dart has. Fair enough, I guess. Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. That's not a bad duo. Cam Scattaboo is just fun, but he's not. All right, whatever. Fair enough. Dart versus May will be fun on Monday night. That will be fun. That's in a while, but that will be fun. Hopefully everyone's healthy. Obviously neighbors won't be, but for the most part, hopefully Waddle will be on the team. Said after the first half, JJ McCarthy looked at Jefferson and said, "Don't give up on me." Yeah, and he didn't. He went back and won. Terrible look for the Bears. But then Bears bounced back and won. The NFL is all over the place. There are no good teams. It is a week-by-week game. But I'm loving Drake May. I'm loving what I'm seeing. He's making great throws. He's doing stuff under pressure. He's having fun out there. Kuda. I thought it said Kurt. Dart versus May is just Eli versus Brady. I do love that. It's like time is a flat circle. All these teams are to the top of the AFC. It's it feels like we're in 2007 again. It's like Colts, Chargers, Steelers, Patriots. It's that's so fun. It's a nice throwback. Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have never been this good, I don't think, other than 2002. The Josh Freeman years weren't exactly paying like this. But is JJ ain't willing to run through my face like Dart does. That is fair. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Amen to that. Jage is he's too cowardly. I feel for Rashee Rice, man. One time I'll tell this story really quick. We'll get back to the football talk. It's really quick. One time I got caught cheating on a test in high school, and I felt really bad about myself. I hated everything at that point. I hadn't discovered Kendrick Lamar yet. Everything sucked. So I was driving, and my school was pretty close to an In-N-Out. And I was like, man, I'm going to get a burger and just forget about all my problems, right? So I go, and the In-N-Out that I was driving to had a one-way entrance into the drive-thru. So it's like if you're coming up north, you can't hang a right into the drive-thru. And I had always done it, but they finally put up a sign that says you can't do it. So I'm like, great. So I pull to the side of the road because I was going to make the turn, and then someone gets in my face like, no, you can't do it. So now I, embarrassed, have to drive off, and I'm like, great. I hate myself, and I hate everything. My life sucks. And some cars go, and then I see a chance to like merge back onto the road, and I go a little fast. There's a parked car to the right of me. My mirror connected with their mirror. And I just wasn't in the headspace to turn around and leave a note. Their alarm went off. I didn't care. I just got caught cheating on a test. The last thing I needed to do was bring home a ticket. So I drove my ass down the street and lived to tell the tale. Faced no punishment whatsoever. Still haven't told my mom about it years after the fact. So that's my mini story. So I feel for Rashee Rice. I feel for the fucking guy. All right, back to football, though. I think the Vikings are going to win. I'm bought in now. Like, telling that story, I'm like, you know what? JJ McCarthy, it's the same thing with Davis. Yeah, me and Jordan Davis. Yeah, Jordan Davis basically killed a guy. But yeah, no, I'm bought in. Whatever. Go Vikes. I'm doing it. We've decided another game. We're picking Vikings with the spread. I'm going against my heart. I'm going against my gut, and I'm going with my heart. Let's do it. Hard time trusting any IMG Academy alum leading a football team. Maybe I'm off my rocker. No, Hank. Hank, you're completely right. I would be hard pressed to find any successful NFL players out of IMG. That is the most like fabricated high school experience of all time. I get it. Efficiency and systems and, you know, building a routine and doing everything right. Something about IMG creeps me out. I don't know what it is. It's like this satellite, like, sports school. Like I live pretty close to Mater Dei, so I know what a sports high school is like. But there's something about IMG that gives me the creeps. I don't know. Being on like an isolated like high school experience where sports are your life, I just think that adds too much pressure. I think that separates the human and the athlete too far, and it's just not a healthy experience. There you go. If Rashee Rice is allowed to come back, does that mean Henry Ruggs can next year? No, because Henry Ruggs killed a guy and pled guilty. That was one play league. Can he do it all game? Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. JJ ran through two guys for the game-winning touchdown. Yeah, we'll see. Can he do it all game, though? Can he put it together? IMG preps you for college, but it's not professional at all. It's just as sus. It's sus. It's literally all sports like football. It's like a cult. Didn't Evan Neal come out of IMG? He probably did. He probably did. Let's look this up. I need to know. I gotta know. I didn't know that. Oh my God, he did. Okay, IMG NFL alum. And I'd be hard pressed to find an actual successful player. JC Latham. Okay, Nolan Smith has been kind of underwhelming. I mean, I don't know. He's been fine, actually. No, Nolan Smith has been fine. Greg Newsome just got traded. Grant Delpit. Yeah, whatever. Tyler Booker, everyone's favorite guard out of this year's draft class. Mel Kiper described him as good prospect, big butt. That's how Mel Kiper described him. That's how I know him. Jahad Campbell's been a complete bummer. Yeah, not a lot of big names jumping off the page here. But of course, Evan Neal went to IMG. He's tied with Latham for the highest pick on this list. Of course. That's what I mean. And Evan Neal, it's just like, I think it like puts you on this pedestal that you don't need when you're 16. You know what I mean? There's something to going to a sports high school. There's something to being a stud athlete in college. And maybe I'm just jealous, but like, damn, that just can't be a healthy environment. Just being around a bunch of sports types and just being like, hey, what's up? You know? What's up? Because Henry Ruggs did a 2-hour-long interview and he said he's going to try and make it back to the NFL. That's why I asked. Jeez. Well, I feel like when you're in jail, you kind of lose some speed. So I don't know. Maybe. I don't think it's going to happen, Jeff. That'd be cool, though. No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be cool. I don't know what the hell to think. I'm not a lawyer. I've been watching Suits, but I'm no lawyer. It's super sus. It's like a cult, not even a school, really. Exactly. Random, but this weekend I start training to see if I can make an indoor football team this summer. Let's get it, American Dragons disciple. Let's do it. Sprints. What position you going out for, stud? Solid enough guys, you'd be hard-pressed to win a Super Bowl with these guys. Well, yeah, no doubt. You'd be hard-pressed to win a Super Bowl with Evan Neal and JC Latham. I'm just saying, like, and Latham hasn't done much, has he? I keep hearing people ripping on the Chargers O-line. Latham might be injured, but, like, just not an exciting group. IMG's more of a B-ball school. Yeah, I think Chet went there, which, you know, another exhibit. IMG Academy MBA alumni. Let's see, huh? I think Chet went there for sure. Jonathan Isaac, classic. Edie. Okay, I hate using the AI thing, but yeah, this is not exactly an inspiring list. Mark Williams. Dude, these guys, I don't want to be like mean. I hate swearing on these streams, but these guys are all soft as fuck. Let's be honest. They are. None of these guys are like Jalen Johnson. Is that the same Jalen? Am I thinking of that Jalen? Hawks Jalen Johnson? Yeah, Hawks Jalen Johnson. That's great. That's great. Just good for nothing. No star power on these lists. RB, let's go. Hit those ladders. The Icky Shuffle. That's sick, man. Good for you. America's Dragons disciple. Good luck, sir. American. But yeah, this list sucks. These guys aren't good. You know what I mean? And you look at IMG. We watched a video back when I was doing the CFB streams of like an IMG tour. It's like cool, but it's creepy. There's like a Will Tennyson video. I'm going to pull it up. We're not going to watch the whole thing or even like that long, but I just want to like see the drone shot. $95K a year. Bro, Will Tennyson went here and he was like, what the hell? Look at this. First of all, okay, hold on. Okay, in Florida, so that's not great here.
IMG Academy. You know those teams where you basically poop your pants because you're so afraid to play them? That's them. They're a fitness...
Look at this! That's not a school, bro. That's better than what the Bengals are working with. Jalen Johnson's a good player. Yeah, but he's not great.
65 tennis.
You'd expect someone that goes to a $95,000 a year. Granted, they're probably on athletic scholarship. But someone that's been in college since 15, you'd expect them to be like a star, like an all-NBA player. They have a hotel. They have a hotel, man. Zach Edey. Zach Edey is tall and that's it. Look at this, man. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm hating. There's nothing wrong with a quality education. I just think the whole like efficiency optimization thing when it comes to sports has gone a little far. It's gone a little far. Hunger Games type beat. Yeah, there it is. Did my boy Bo Scarborough go there? Who the hell is Bo Scarborough? It's insane, dude. Like, it's crazy. That's what I mean. I agree. Okay, is there any other like good drone shots? Again, oh yeah. Yeah, draftees. Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley like was homeless for a little bit. Clearly IMG didn't set him up well. And Mark Williams. Mark Williams alone makes me hate IMG. Anthony Simmons is fine. He's fine, okay? He's good. I guess. He is a solid starter. Mark Williams is one of my least favorite players in the NBA. The way he has like revenge games on the Lakers. Like, dude, you failed the physical. We wanted you. You failed the physical. Have you ever heard of an NBA player failing a physical? Because his lower back? He's like, oh, Mark Williams, mean mugging. It's like, enjoy Charlotte. Enjoy being a Hornet for life, pal. The Hornets have been shopping you for years. We traded a 25-year-old rookie and a first-round pick for you, and we couldn't keep you because you didn't pass the physical. Oh, I hate the Lakers. Oh, the Lakers, you should have never fucking cut me. It's like, no, dude. You have a bad back. Because you've been sleeping on these 1,000 thread count mattresses back at IMG. Put it all together. There's some NFL players from Snoop Dogg's Pee Wee football team. I believe it. I believe it, damn it. Snoop Dogg has a Pee Wee team? Wow. Jesus. Has produced 40 NFL players. That's what I mean. Again, a free alternative to gang violence for inner city kids. This is not me going all hoop dreams and whatnot, but there's something to like a gritty background that I think will, in the age of NIL, players are going to get their what's the word? Their cash. That's not the word, but their just financial success through college. So it's kind of skewing how pros are. But big picture stuff, I don't know. It's like a player that's actually earned something. A player that's actually like had to like fight for something, you know? Gale's not here yet. He is not here. At least I don't think. Gale, if you're here, let's talk about Trevor Lawrence. But Coach Snoop was a good show. I didn't see it, but he's a leader of men. That's exactly what it is. Remember, Snoop was on them kids' ass for failing classes. That's football, dude. Remember the Titans. Coach Carter. That's sports, damn it. Not IMG Academy. Maybe JJ McCarthy might suck. I'm sorry, John. I'm completely soured on IMG Academy. I hate it now. I hate it. Finding out Evan Neal went to IMG was the nail in the coffin. That was that. That's what I mean. You need players that actually had to overcome some adversity. I'm not saying they had to play, like Kobe was raised rich, but I'm not saying they had to, like, you know, every player has to get it out of the mud. But you get to a point where it's like, what the hell? IMG Academy? You're living in a hotel at 15? Eating chicken breast? Pre-cooked, pre-portioned chicken breast? They have a sponsorship with Gatorade. You can drink as much Gatorade as you want. You can OD on blue Gatorade. But it doesn't matter. All right. Let's do our picks. I gotta do my Hinge update and it's getting late. I mean, that's fine. John's fine. They need to have a real childhood. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. They don't care about actually teaching kids discipline. He's got a long list of haters, so I'm pretty used to it. I'm not hating on JJ McCarthy. I actually hope he does well. As you can see, I'm picking the Vikes here. I'm not hating on JJ McCarthy. I am hating on the institution of IMG, and I am starting to think that JJ McCarthy might not work. Maybe the whole meditating thing won't work. But if JJ McCarthy proves me wrong, then IMG will finally have a worthwhile NFL alum. So there you go. Congratulations, IMG Academy. You got one. Remember Jello Ball said he had to eat rocks when he was growing up? Yeah, he grew up in a mansion in Chino Hills. Yeah, that's great. You eat rocks, yeah. All right. Let's do it. Rams Jags. Woof. This is tough. I don't think I'm going to like this pick in the moment, but no Puka Nacua. The Rams are very inconsistent. LA to London is a far flight. I've made that flight. There was a layover in Boston, but it is a tough travel day. Jacksonville, that's like London's team, the Jags. 3 points feels like a trap. I'm going Jags. Purple. I'm going Jags. Let's do it. It's got the entire state of Ohio and Ohio State alums praying for his downfall. Well, yeah, that's not new. That's not new. Ohio State, Michigan. I don't watch college, and even I respect that rivalry. Pats, Titans. And I'm sorry, I'm going Pats. I think this is the Drake May. Like, we need to start talking about Drake May as an MVP game. I think that's what we need here. I still think the Vikings were clearly trying to trade up for May. They wanted Penix, then settle for JJM. It's not a bad take. I don't disagree with you. Imagine they got May. That would be insane. Drake May and a Kevin O'Connell offense. That would be insane. JJ McCarthy failing in Minnesota would be like Lance failing in San Fran. It's like, really? Clearly the coach wasn't the problem. The roster wasn't the problem. Jeez, buddy. All right. Panthers, Jets. God, who cares? Feels a little bit like a trap game. Jets are at home, but the Panthers are red hot. I think the Panthers go up early in this one and then just play keep away. I'm liking the Panthers. Probably like the under overall, but I'm going Panthers. This week doesn't feel as hard. Last week felt like some tough picks, and I did not do well last week. Raiders plus 11.5 against the Chiefs. Oh, what the hell? Come on now. All right. Raiders, Chiefs. 11.5 is a lot for a division game. It's a lot. I don't like picking 11.5, especially for a division matchup. But the Chiefs are so back. I'm stuck. I'm officially stuck. This is my first roadblock. 11.5 is so many points. You really never get super high on JJ. I thought he was more of a system QB at Michigan. But hey, in a McConnell offense, that could be fine. Exactly. I agree, Chris. Hey, Chris, is Joe Flacco better than Jalen Hurts? Just to start something. But yeah. All right. Raiders, Chiefs. All right. We're going Chiefs. 11.5 is a lot, but I'm going with it. Loki hope Mac Brosmer becomes our Brock Purdy. It's just too perfect of a story. UDFA that played for the Gophers becomes the starting QB for the Vikings. That is cool. I didn't know they got Max Brosner. That'd be fun. I mean, he'd be more exciting than Wentz. Let's see what we got. Our Brock Purdy. I like how that's a thing now. Our Brock Purdy. It's funny. Not bad, though. Going Chiefs with the points. I'll probably regret it, but you know what? We're breaking our rule of taking a large point spread. Throwing the ball, no question. There it is. No question. Saints Bears. Oof. I think Spencer Rattler is better than people think. But last week I gave the Saints too much credit against the Patriots. I'm not going to make that mistake twice. I'm going Bears. We're going a lot of favorites this week. Going Bears. Giants Broncos. We're picking the Giants all season long. I've said it. Even if I didn't believe the Giants were going to win, and I do, I'd be picking them. Colts Chargers. This is a tricky one. In LA, implied team totals say they think the Colts are better on a neutral field. This will be a big game when it comes to playoff seeding. And yet, I find myself drawn to one man. And his name's Dan Jones. I'm drawn to Dan. There it is. Going Colts. You know, one can actually throw the ball to his top two guys, while the other is causing his top two to want to be traded despite an undefeated start. I agree. Look. There was a time I was saying DeVito was our Purdy, so I get it. Yeah, no. DeVito was sick. I saw a tweet, and it was like from last year. Someone like quote tweeted themselves. It was like, let's go O-line and roll with DeVito. And then someone like quote tweeted themselves like, Jesus Christ, we were down horrendous. Giants fans were down bad. And now at least we have some hope. Dart might suck from every game from here on out, but at least we have some hope. What can Caleb do that Rattler can't? I win games. There you go. Like, I think Rattler's fine, Hank. I said it earlier. I think I've been too low on Rattler. If Rattler plays well, he's moving up to meh. Win or lose, he's moving up. I've been too hard on Rattler. But at the end of the day, I think the Bears are good on teams that are on. They're good against teams that aren't that strong. Let's be honest. The Saints aren't a very strong team. They're 1-5 for a reason. I don't want to hate on them. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going Bears. Pretty confidently, too. Packers at Cardinals. 7 points on the road is a lot, but I'm going Packers. I have no faith in the Jonathan Gannon Cardinals. Straight up. Except against the Giants. Yes, we were all there for that game. 5 turnovers. Okay? And before the fourth one, the Giants could have won the game. Just saying. Getting off topic here. That was 2 weeks ago. That was a long time ago. A lot of football has been played since then. Okay. Taking the Packers over the Cardinals. Hope no one cares or gets mad at me for that one. All right. Commanders, Cowboys. You know what? I hate the Cowboys. I do. I really do. I think they're going to win. I try not to make these picks with bias. God knows I'm already biased enough for the Giants. But I'm going Cowboys. At home, in division game. Commanders always struggle. Like, I'm sticking with it. I don't think this Commanders team is that great. I hope they win, but I'm going Cowboys. Falcons, Niners. Not a bad Sunday night game. 1.5 points. That Falcons Monday night game fired me up. I think the Falcons are for real, especially if they can play with a lead. I'm not certain they can play with a lead in this game because is Purdy back? Is Purdy back for this one? Let's find out. That may actually kind of sway this pick a little bit. If Purdy's back, I may have to give it more thought. I was for sure going to pick. It's 3.5 on ESPN, but is Purdy going to play? I mean, he's not on the injury report, at least not on that one. Why is there no, really? Okay, that's nice. Thank you. Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, here we go. Watkins, Pearsall, Purdy's questionable. Limited participant in practice. Kittle, practice limited. Okay, I'm assuming, let's assume Purdy and Kittle play. Pearsall probably won't. Jennings might. MVS, he's on the Niners. I didn't even know that. God, the Niners are beat up, and their defense is razor thin. Rise up. You know what? American Dragons disciples here. Despite the fact that the Niners seem to be getting really healthy, the defense is cooked. Don't let Penix play with a lead. Penix looked damn good on Monday night. I think he rolls that on over and rolls it into a W. And we'll also make our Monday night picks. Oh, Oh my God. Tampa plus 5.5 easy. Free. I'm rolling with the Baker Mayfield thing. It feels like a trap line. I'm rolling with Baker Mayfield. Texans, Seahawks. Easy and free. Seahawks will get to Stroud, and that's all they need. Okay. We'll run through these again. In case you just showed up, which I don't think is anyone, but hey. We are going Browns minus 2.5 over the Dolphins. Vikings plus 1.5 over the Eagles. Jags, and the game's in Minnesota no less. Jags plus 3 over the Rams in London. Pats minus 7 against the Titans. Raiders Panthers. I knew something was off when I said Raiders. Panthers minus 1.5 versus the Jets. Chiefs minus 11.5 versus the Raiders. Bears minus 4.5 versus the Saints. Giants plus 7. I would take them straight up against the Broncos. Nick Bonito, screw you, buddy. Screw you, pal. Indianapolis Colts plus 1.5 in LA against the Chargers. Packers minus 7 against the Cardinals in Arizona. Cowboys plus 2.5 just because the vibes. Falcons plus 1.5 because American's Dragon's Disciple convinced me. Buccaneers plus 5.5 because Baker is on an MVP tear that cannot be stopped. And the Seahawks minus 3 at home versus Houston. Nick Bosa is hurt. He is out for the season. So there we go. Those are our Hunnaball picks. We will also be updating our Hunna's Hill next Monday. And full disclosure, Joe Flacco's probably moving up. We'll see where Jage lands. We will see. And Raj won. He didn't win. Raj played fine. It's really not on Aaron Rodgers, but I just don't see a world where I can put him higher than some of the guys in Meh. If some of the guys in Meh win, if Bo Nix goes down and beats my Giants, he'll probably move up. If Jaden Daniels can beat the Cowboys, he'll probably move up. God forbid Stroud beats the Seahawks. And if Dart beats the Niners, he's going up to pretty good. Move aside Jalen Hurts. He's going up to pretty good. So yeah. Those are our picks for now. We picked the Vikings, right? We picked the Vikings. I don't know why, but we did. We picked the Vikings. Okay. And if you rode with Hunnaball, which don't, because I'm not condoning sports betting, but you put $1 on this, that's 85 hundo. Just saying. We've never had a perfect ticket, but if this is the week, 85 hundo. All right. I'm trying to think of any more football jargon. In case you missed it, by the way, we're over the Steelers. The Steelers suck, and I'm sick of them. And I'm not saying Mike Tomlin needs to go, but they definitely need an identity change. That's that. Bengals are saved. All right. Time for the halftime, or not halftime, end of night Hunnaball Hinge update. Bum, bum. All right. Unless anyone else has any football jargon to discuss, which is totally cool. This feels like the 2010s when it comes to quarterbacks again. Yeah, everyone's good. Everyone's good. Not a lot of great, but everyone's good. All right. That hurts. All right. Here's the story. I said last stream or 2 streams ago, whenever, that I wasn't getting as much draw on Hinge, and I was going to have to start liking people just to get material for these streams. Thankfully, that was not the case. Okay? That was not the case. I got a good roll. I got some attention. Here's where we're at. Okay? One girl who has been super boring to talk to. I have talked about this girl before. One of my Hinge lines, I've given myself 2 concussions. This girl swipes up, I can give you a 3rd. Domestic abuse is not sexy. Okay. But I entertain it. I'm like, she's a nurse, so I'm like, oh, you're going to nurse me back to health? Da, 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 da. She's giving me one-word answers. One-word answers. In her bio, she puts, I bet you can't beat me in a game of pool. I'm like, that's the in. Right there. So I text her. So we're going back and forth, and I'm like, but we're talking about danger and shit. Danger Russ Wilson. Have a Danger Russ sandwich. And I ask her, the question is, are you dangerous in a game of pool? She says 1,000%. And I go, let's put it to the test on a date if you're down to compete. I said that yesterday. She has not responded. We'll see. We will see. This girl seems to respond pretty quick. She's a freak. Yeah, well, you know what? That's what we're here for, ain't it? That's what we're here for. Yeah, he's out for the year with a torn knee. Yeah, there it is. Thanks, John. He's out for the year. So that's one. Him and Fred Warner. That's one. Okay. Next, I have talked about the journalist broad that works with the Clippers and the Angels. So just losing DNA. Hurts to say, but it's true. She left me high and dry for a while. I was looking at 3rd and down on our own 50, and I threw the ball deep, and I didn't like what I saw. Warner snapped his ankle, but he's also out for the year. Yeah, exactly. And I threw the ball down deep, incomplete. I'm like, great, I got a punt. This girl doesn't even like me. I wait a few days, flag on the play, stay on the field, defensive pass interference. We're moving the ball down the field through no luck of my own. So I text her, are you local? Because she keeps changing her location like around LA. I don't live in LA, all right? I live in the county south of LA, OC, woo. I don't live in LA. And she keeps changing her location. So I just straight up text her. I'm like, are you in LA or OC? Right? Like, where do you work? And she's like, I live in OC. Like, all right, let's do this then. So I say, I'm like, so we're also talking about like her job. I'm like, ambition is such a green flag. Thumbs up. Right? So she likes that. And I go, you ever in OC for a Friday/Saturday night? She's like, this Friday I should be free. So I text her and I'm like, nice, you want to go out? Nothing. I don't know how aware of the calendar you guys are. Today is Thursday. She doesn't hit me. I love how you're using Facebook terms because you don't understand basic language. What do you mean? I understand basic language because I don't understand what you mean, Chris. I know you understand basic language. Oh, football terms. Yes, that's football. I think you meant Facebook. I'm stupid. No, I have to. Life is football. Life is football. Football is art, and art imitates life. Anyways, now I'm caught up. Yes, I am using football terms. But so I text her. I'm like, you want to go out today? Nothing. So now I'm at a crossroads, fellas, because I do want to go out with this girl. She seems like an interesting hang. When you said OC, the OC's song came. Yes, California. Steven. Oh, we have the rage bait list out again. How's the stream? The stream is going great. Chris is happy. We're happy. We're talking about Hinge. Bengals are good. Steelers aren't. They're getting the tight ends way too involved. And JJ McCarthy and Evan Neal went to IMG, which sucks. I mean, you don't understand basic terms. I thought you meant Facebook in the Big 25. I know, I'm serious. No, that's on me. That's on me, fella. That's on me. I'll own that one. Tell me why I text her, you want to go out today? She doesn't hit me back. So now I have a problem. Because this girl is a late night Hinge user, right? So there's an outside shot that she texts me within the next hour, being like, hey, I'm down. Let's go out. Which sucks because I have a video I'm working on, so I kind of can't afford to go out, to be honest with you guys. Not only am I broke as hell, but I also have a video that I really want to have out before Saturday. I really like how this coach video is coming along. But I haven't done the thumbnail. I'm only a minute into editing. I gotta work on it, right? I don't have time, but I will make time for the stream material, right? So Gigi, I don't want to put her on blast, but you guys don't know her. She is the journalistic broad. She is leaving me on the hook. I might have to say GG if she doesn't hit me up soon. Because the girl that I went on a date with a couple weeks ago, the girl that I kind of hit it off with, I'm employed to the grind. I'm a part-time youth coach who's trying to find a full-time position. YouTube is my main job. That's what we do. I have no money. Dude. I have zero money. Dating is not ideal. But yeah. Okay. But as I was saying, let's not talk about my employment. Yeah, that's a dangerous dialogue, right? So as I was saying, I get a text from the girl I went on a date with 2 weeks ago, not even an hour ago. She texted me 34 minutes ago. Last minute, but are you free tomorrow at 7:30? So now it's like a Sophie's Choice type of situation. It's a Hannah's choice. How do you afford rent? My uncle has a hookup, okay? It's tight. Money's tight. I've saved a lot of money through my years. Money is tight. I've figured it out. I'm figuring it out, goddammit. Just know that I'm not living luxuriously, okay? I'm like checking my account at the 7-Eleven, making sure my card goes through. I'm at Chick-fil-A when I can't get the large fries. I gotta get the mediums. It's a whole thing. Anyways, so before Chris Brown completely picks apart my whole life here, now I'm at a crossroads here. Either take the girl that I can probably go on a date. What's easier, Hinge or Facebook Marketplace? Hinge, honestly. Facebook Marketplace. I've been trying to sell a calculator on Facebook Marketplace for like a year and a half. Every time they're like, the wildcard round, seriously. They're like, you scared of applications? I'm not scared. I've been applying. I have a college degree, Chris. I'm not as scared of applications. This is really embarrassing. I thought I would never share this story publicly. I went into Jersey Mike's to get a part-time gig. They said no thanks. They said we'd rather hire some high schooler because you don't match our vibe. I was like, fuck you. Don't match your vibe. You think I can't put onions on a sandwich? And I think that was it. I went into the job kind of like, all right, this is stupid. I have a college degree. I could probably do better than Jersey Mike's. Nothing wrong with Jersey Mike's. I went to work there. But when someone is patronizing you, telling you, here's how you lay the onions on the sandwich, it's tough not to be like, all right, dude. Thanks for the tip, buddy. So I was going to put them on my head. I didn't know how the fuck. What do you mean? You just put them on the sandwich? Mind blown. It was bullshit too, because they were training some other girl. She couldn't even like wrap the paper. I could wrap it pretty well. I've had some rolling experience in my life. I could wrap the sandwich in the paper pretty damn well. They said I'm a Ryan Leaf nuisance. That's exactly what happened. They don't want to hire overqualified people because they know you will leave. That's what everyone has told me, my mom included. I just think it's a funny story. But yes, that's probably what happened. So I figure, you know what? If I can't get some nonsense part-time, and I do already part-time coach on the side, which is how I make a little bit of money to get by, but if I can't get a not stupid job, but a easier to acquire job because they think I'm going to leave, and I can't get a full-time career because one, the job market sucks, and two, the way the media industry is going right now, I'd rather just build my own thing, which is what we're doing right now, than, have a job. So my advice to you guys, not here nor there, everybody has their own life, everyone has their own like flavor of shit, but I will say, if you're an entertainment person or a media person, going your own way is tough right now, but it gives you so much security long term, because I'm learning so many skills that I wouldn't learn just by sitting around applying for jobs. I'm just saying, if I worked for like the Titans, I wouldn't probably have as much fun as I do now. I'd rather be broke and make YouTube videos than have a little bit of money and like have to make content I hate. That's all I'm saying. You got to put the real pride aside. It's rough out there though. I agree. I tried to. That's why I applied and went in. I wasn't like an asshole about it, but they could tell, and they could tell I was overqualified. They could see the look in my face. I couldn't hide it. As you guys know, I'm a very animated and expressive person. I couldn't hide it, and it was just a mess. It was a mess. Olive oil was all over the place. Also, they don't tell me that I'm going to be making sandwiches. I got olive oil on my jeans. I had to wash it out. I was pissed. I'm dealing with that shit right now, short part-time right now. Probably going to go back to high school, try and coach college ball. There you go. There you go. Coach college ball. That's fun. Yeah, but if you work for the Titans and we're good at your job, you might get traded to the Eagles. That would be hell. I will say, I was thinking about this morning. If the whole YouTube thing doesn't pan out, which would suck, I really enjoy doing these videos and these live streams, but if the whole YouTube thing doesn't pan out, I'll probably just like send a letter to every team like Howie Roseman did and be like, here's my YouTube channel. Clearly I can do everything you would ever want of me. Talk, edit, write, etc., research, etc. I can definitely edit shorts. I can edit shorts for your sports team. All right. I can do that. It's not that hard. Editing shorts is like the easiest thing I do, guys. Seriously. Not to sound arrogant. It's just editing shorts is so much easier than a long form 10-minute video or getting on stream and talking for 2 hours. I'm just saying. So it's like, I think I could edit some stupid TikTok. That's all I'm saying. Factory jobs are hard, but it pays really well if you can get hired. Look, again, money is tight right now, but I'm in a position to where I don't need to work a full time. Right now, I'm going all in with the YouTube thing. It's your choice. Do what you feel best. I appreciate that, Chris. Right now, I'm going all in with the YouTube thing. If things go south and I'm like super broke and homeless, then we'll figure that out down the road. I've been homeless before. I'll be fine. I wanted to talk about dating. What the fuck? I wanted to talk about dating. Now we're talking about my job and my future. You guys are stressing me out. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm good with being vulnerable. But yeah, so I asked this girl to go out, and I was like, and she doesn't even hit me with anything. I saw the Titan social media team made a 2-minute Deftones MV after they won one game. Saying social media is so buns, you could 1,000% do better. Thank you, Hank. I agree. I think there's a big gap in the industry, and I think having like textbook example, my fault, Chief. No, Chris, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, open dialogue. That's what we do here. But I will say, my phone keeps turning off. What I will say is that building your own right now, the way the world works, if you want to be a chef, you can do recipes. If you want to start a business, you can do a startup. It is so easy to try stuff right now, especially when you're young. So I'm not, everyone has their own style of life. Some people prefer security. Some people would rather just do art and not have to worry about it paying, you know, all that stuff. Everybody has their own decisions, right? I'm just saying, if you want to do something in the arts media industry, especially, having like textbook examples of stuff you did is a lot more valuable than classes you took. My film degree, I could wipe my ass with it, to be honest with you. I learned more from my Drake May video than I did of 4 years in college. Genuinely. If you bet a $1 parlay each week, you'll eventually do it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. But for real, if you get desperate, factory jobs pay well with your degree, you're more qualified than most. Well, I will keep that tabled. I will keep that considered. I appreciate that. But do what you love. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyways. All right. In other news, another girl liked me. Not really that into her, to be honest with you, to be straight up with you guys. But I figured, you know what? She's cute enough. I will like her. And I will see if she responds. Maybe she has a cool personality, right? For the material. I like her. Kind of hope that... Oh, God. My Bengals fans are cheering for you. Thanks, Cleveland, after the game. There you go. Thank you, Cleveland. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, guys. What the Browns get? Like a 6th round pick? What a deal. So this girl liked me back. And I'm like, all right, I'll match with her. If she says something, then I'll engage a conversation. But if she doesn't, I'll live with it. She texts me, hi. Hi, dude. I love women. Hi. That's their opening line. I spend hours thinking of an opening line to be interesting. She sends me hi. So now it's on me. In her bio, she puts, don't hate me if I'm 5 minutes late to something. So I say, hey, is it a deal breaker if I'm 15 plus minutes late to something? Steven is here. What is up, Steven? I say, hey, is it a deal breaker if I'm 15 plus minutes late to something, to everything? And she goes, you may need to work on that. Like, oh, Steven, hi. Yeah, that's what you meant. The arrogance, the chat delay messes with me. The arrogance required to say hi. That's what I mean. And then she goes, you may need to work on that. I'm like, I'm trying to be funny, and you're sitting here judging me. So I'm sorry, Soph. Her name's Sophie. You're out of luck. You're out of luck, girlie. I'm not entertaining this anymore. I was kind of in, kind of out, and now I'm out. I'm trading her for a 6th round draft pick. Joe Flacco in her. That's it. We're done. I've been watching Suits. We're done. That's what they say every episode. You're done. We're done. By the way, I know people. You guys have been telling me to watch Peacemaker. I think it was Jarv. Whoever told me to watch Peacemaker. I heard the finale of Peacemaker sucked. Can anyone confirm or deny that? Heard that finale sucked. The good news is I got plenty of updates here. So, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out if I should respond to the girl that actually texted me, hey, are you free at, I think she said 7:30. She said, are you free after 7:30? I think I'm going to text her, I'll let you know. I think that's what, she said, okay, did she say hi or hi? She went neither. She went hi with 3 eyes. She went, let me say it in the chat just to clarify. She went like this. Got to get out of caps lock. She went like, well, nope, no capital H. It's very important that I get the punctuation right. No, she did go capital H. Jesus Christ. Red flag. She goes like that. Just like that. 3 eyes. I formation. 3 eyes. That's what she said. Hi. So not very exciting. Not like something to get you going. Just kind of hi. Hi. Too high shell. That means she's feeling you. I don't give a shit if she's feeling me. I barely am feeling her. And the fact that she's telling me I need to work on things, I'm like, you know, I know that. I know I need to work on things. But if you made a list of things I needed to work on, being late / on time is not in the top 20. Let's be honest. Why was the H capitalized? My question exactly. Huge red flag. Auto caps, mega red flag. She's just bored on her phone. Like, again, I'm bored on my phone, so I get it. I'm not like mad or anything. But it's just kind of like, look, guys, we've said this. I've said this before. It's going to make me sound shallow, but I don't care. Tiebreaker goes if she's hot. And I'm not that into this girl. Let's call it like it is. It's a fun thing to talk about, but I'm not that into this girl. If the conversation is going to be bone dry, then I'm moving on. Cool people never show up on time. You're either early or late. Exactly. 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 All right. Other person. We got 2 more. 2 more. Okay. 2 more. Next, We have Lindsay. Wow, she texted at 3:30 in the morning. Oh, God. Okay, so this girl, another one. She liked me. She's a little far, which isn't ideal, but she liked me. She's kind of got a look to her. I will come for the football and also stay for the Hinge stories. Exactly. That's what we're here for. She, she is blonde. Okay, I've never, been with a blonde. I don't want to sound like I'm stereotyping people, but it's an experience. It's 3:30 a.m. I already like her. I'm 20 minutes early type of guy. There it is. If you're not 20 minutes early, you're 20 minutes late. There you go, Hank. I like it. Be early and then be mad at people for not being early. Or be late and, be the guy to show up at the party and have the dramatic entrance. Either or. 3:30 in the morning. So she goes, of course, I'm telling you guys, this concussion line is paying like a slot machine. A good slot machine, I should clarify. She goes, so what if I told you I've given myself 2 concussions? She goes, please elaborate. This time I decided she's far enough to where I'm like, you know what? Let's try some shit. In her bio, she says, tell me about an animal you think you could beat in a fight. So I go, she's like, how'd you get your concussions? I'm like, I headbutted a silverback gorilla and went out. Huh? You know what I'm saying? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? I figure, I'll put the 2 together. I will be smart about it, right? So that happens. Then she responds basically immediately within a half hour, which is for better or for worse on Hinge, who even knows? She goes, both times? And I say, well, I had to think of something else on the fly. So I go, and this was the night after. I only do 1 or 2 texts a day. NFL player comps to these matches. Lindsay, okay, I will get back to the other girls. NFL player comp to Lindsay, what her story is? Gosh. I feel like Lindsay, if I had a player comp her, I would say Trey Lance pre-draft. Like, it's there. Like, the look is there. There's potential. There's upside. But if I'm being truthfully honest with myself, this probably won't work. It probably won't work. If I'm being honest with myself. As much as I want to hem and haw, she's kind of hot, it probably won't work. The way she's doing her angles, I'm like, she might be photoshopping her pictures. This might not be all that is set out to be. Have I found my Brock Purdy yet? I mean, maybe. We'll find out if this girl who already invited me on a second date is my Brock Purdy, because I didn't think much of her. And quite frankly, we didn't talk for a month. She comes back. This is why I gotta start putting names on these girls. But the girl that just asked me out, with a time, with a place that has my number, we've already been out. The reason I like this girl is, 1, she was really cool about YouTube. You ain't putting nothing down with those lines. Shut up, Chris. I'm doing great. The thing with this girl is, 1, we had a really nice conversation, a very unordinary conversation that I had on Hinge. Normally on Hinge, I'll send a message, turn my phone off, and check it the next day. But this girl responded immediately, and we got into a very dense conversation about reality TV shows, Bachelorette, Love Island, etc., Jersey Shore. I love reality TV, right? So we're in this back and forth. I'm like, damn, this is a fun conversation. But she wasn't in town. She was like, hey, I go to UCI, go Anteaters. She said, I go to UCI, I'm not in town, but when I'm there, I'll text you and we can go out. Done deal. I didn't think she'd text me. But 3 weeks later, I was at the grocery store and I was like, man, why can't more girls text like her? That was such a fun convo. I get home, full intention of texting her that night. I was thinking about her that hour. She had texted me, hey, I'm in town. When do you want to go out? Boom. Boom, man. What else could you ask for? That's fate. That is fate. That is fate deciding. She is my Eli Manning. She came through when it mattered most. She is my Eli Manning. And I may go out with her tomorrow and have some material for the Sunday stream. And that would be worth it. That would be sweet. Okay. So she's my Eli Manning. Lindsay, this new chick, she is the Trey Lance pre-draft. Okay. Probably won't work out, but why not? Maybe Aaron Rodgers, the ceiling's not high. Okay. All right. Last girl. Oh, and let me do a comp, by the way, for okay, so a comp for the boring chick that wants to play pool. A comp for her. Golly. Probably like Trevor Lawrence. You know, she's boring as all hell. You know, I thought this would be a more exciting match, but this conversation has sucked. I'm not fully ready to give up yet, but I'm definitely not thrilled about what's going forward. Bro's collecting Infinity Stones. I don't want to sound like a misogynist. I just, you know, this is fun to talk about. It's online dating. No one cares. No one cares. Online dating is so low stakes. Women have ghosted me. I have 50 hidden Hinge conversations. That's not like, oh, look how cool I am. That just goes to show how quickly these things die. I have been on Hinge for the better half of like 2 years now. And let me just say, it was a long time coming. Jesus Christ. Wow. Some really awful lines I had. And, good God almighty. Oh man, some of these hurt. Some of these really hurt though. I wish some of these girls gave me the time of day. Post Raiders, Derek Carr. There you go. And the last girl, the broadcast girl. This is tough. You know what? She's Caleb Williams. Works with the Angels, works with the Clippers, is clearly moving her location. It's kind of like another game on your phone. Exactly. That is exactly it. It's the affirmation validation game. This girl works with a bunch of sports teams that I hate. I was very confident it wasn't going to work out like a week or two ago, but now we're here and I'm like, I'm not saying it's for sure going to work out, but I'd like to see it through. The upside is there. There is nothing hotter to me than a girl that can articulate herself, and you can't find that anywhere better than journalism types. Girl, and she knows ball. She knows sports. So I'm like, hey, the upside is there. It's all there. But the conversation and just the distance and just all the stuff, it's like, this shouldn't be this difficult. This should have been textbook easy money. Don't show any of these girls at your QB list or they'll block you. I'm not telling any of these girls my YouTube link because I withhold the right to talk about my dating life on these live streams. And like, I will be damned if a girl that I'm dating sees this live stream and hears how I talk about women. I'll be damned. So Gigi is the she's the Caleb Williams of my Hinge matches. Last girl. Okay, this one is special to me because this is a complete wild card. You need to find your Jackson Dart, under the radar, overlooked, hella potential with a chip on her shoulder, would run through a wall for you. That might be this girl, my Eli. They're going to find themselves in the VOD. Well, that's why I take these down. That's why I take these down. But I have full intention to make like a short that's like Hunnaball core, and it's just all the funny shit I've said about women. Like one of my favorite things I've said on this stream, because most of this stuff is just off the dome. I don't write out notes. One of my favorite things I've said on this stream was when I was talking about that when I went on a date with a bigger girl, and I was like, I expected to see a tight end, and I ended up dating a right tackle. That's one of my favorite things. I will be making a short where I just combine all the stupid shit I've said about women and put it into a short. I was the Browns and traded my Baker once. Don't recommend it. Damn it. That's what I need. My Baker Mayfield. Man needs a Cam Scattaboo, a crazy good time. That's what I'm hoping this nurse type is. But she's super damn boring. But every time I bring her up, someone's like, she's a freak, man. Nurses are freaks. Chris said she was a freak. I'm like, I hope so. Damn. Could you imagine? And like, okay. Last thing I'll say about my Eli Manning / Jackson Dart girl is that she's super busy. She's flaked on me twice this week. And as brutal as I remember that legendary, let's go. As brutal as it is, I kind of like that she flakes on me. Look, guys, I'm unemployed. Don't get me wrong. Well, part-time youth coach. I spend so much time on this YouTube stuff. It is a full-time job and then some. That's not me saying like, oh, dude, like, oh, my life is so hard. I love doing this shit. But I'm busy as hell. I cannot miss a game because I need to talk about it on stream. I cannot miss a stream because then if I miss a stream, I'm breaking a promise to you guys and myself. If I can't miss a Sunday, like my schedule is tight. So this girl flaking on me, it's kind of hot because she's busy too. And if we can have distance, that just might work. What I've realized with women, what I realized with my ex especially, when a girl needs me, I run for the hills. I hate needy. Needy sucks. Needy is not my thing. I prefer an independent lady who's able to do her own shit and let me do mine, and we'll figure it out down the road. We will grow separately. We will let the quarterback develop on the sideline. Clipboard, develop. No need to rush out there and get all this commitment and all this stuff. Exchanges Baker for a Watson, higher ceiling, lower floor, and hit rock bottom. Exactly. A lot of freaks are boring in conversation, but worth it once you score. Maybe. By the way, for future analogies, scoring is going on a date. Being intimate, so to speak, is winning the game. That is winning the game. I am in no desire to marry anyone at the moment. American's Dragon's Disciple feels me. I feel you too, pal. There it is. All right. So, we're all caught up with my dating values. Feel free to share yours in the chat, obviously. Open dialogue. Last one, right? Last one. This is a complete wild card. Okay, this is my... Golly, this is the Cam Ward. This is the Cam Ward or JJ McCarthy of my Hinge matches. There's this girl. I don't remember liking her, but she matched with me. Okay. All I know, I'm just looking at the messages, right? I'm looking at the messages. She's right there. All I can see from here is that I think she's kind of hot. I can't click on her profile because she has a note. On Hinge, you can do this thing where you put a note, like an opening line that's already set for everyone. It's like, oh, what are you afraid of? Bees or snakes? And it's like you can talk about it. It's like a conversation starter. And I hate it for a few reasons. One, I think that's lazy. I don't think that's how people communicate. Two, the note is a one and done. Once you see the note, it doesn't show you again. So you need to remember and respond immediately to the note. I agree. It's always healthy to have your own things going on and no one likes someone who has to be all up under you the whole time. See, I'm tired as hell. Kick-ass stream. See ya, Hank. Thanks for joining. Drop a like. We're almost done. We're about to cross the 2-hour mark. I just want to talk about this girl. Okay, her name is Bryn. Might be Brian. We'll find out. But yes, she has a note. I saved it for this stream because I want us to figure out a line and I'm going to dish it. Okay? I also want to figure out if this girl's like hot. I mean, I liked her, so I would hope so. Okay, I'm going to look at the note now. Okay, no need to beat around the bush. Her note. Okay, I matched with Bryn. She has something to share with you before chatting. This is what it is, right? She has something to share with you before chatting. And I know my camera's bad enough to where, no one's recognizing her face. Okay, let's view the note. The note says, Jesus Christ. Well, this is bullshit. There's no response to this note. This is horse shit. Well, what a letdown. What a letdown, fellas. All right. Her note doesn't say anything interesting. It's not like, oh, are you a Gryffindor or a Hufflepuff? What are you? Not anything fun. Her note says, I don't do hookups, looking for something real. That's your leading line? That's your, go-to? I don't do hookups, I'm looking for something real. Thanks. Jesus. I'm not looking for a hookup. Well, I'm not going to tell a girl I'm looking for a hookup. But that sucks. That sucks. This girl's prude as all hell. What a loser. Exactly. What a loser. Well, now I don't even like this girl. I called her my Cam Ward. There it is. Send her to the USFL. That's what I mean. It's giving me the option to unmatch. I might. No, I want to see if she's cute or not. We will start the chat. She was my most compatible. Okay, she is kind of local. She's open to children, I guess. She's a moderate. She's kind of cute. Son of a bitch. She's kind of hot. Damn it. Damn it all. She's got a look. I can show you something real after a few. She works as a bridal stylist, so, that's something. She filled out every single option on this app. Dude, she is here for her husband. Every girl says that Def just hurt from not giving up on the first night. No, I agree. If a girl puts that in her bio, no harm done. But when she puts that in her opening note, I'm like, all right. Really? You really had to say that? That honestly makes her sound like more of a slut than anything else. Being like, I'm not looking for hookups. Don't even try. Unless. It's like, okay. All right. I wasn't going to text you, let's bang. All right. Well, oh my God. And here sort of might be your 05, 07 Aaron Rodgers, just develop and focus on your starter. That's not bad. That's not bad. I have no intention of stopping texting these girls. That's the fear. The fear is that one of these situations works out and then I have to get off Hinge. That's the fear. Everybody says Hinge says this. That's their line. The app designed to be deleted. A lot of people have as their line, like, one goal I have to get off this app. And I'm like, man, I never want to get off this app. Phew, yeah, this one's getting deleted with quickness. Yeah, Chris is pissed. Yeah, no, Chris is pissed. And like, okay, here's what pisses me off, right? This girl, here's her top thing, her line. My simple pleasures, unseriousness. Yeah, I got that vibe. Yeah, you come off like that, girly. Unseriousness. Her note is, I don't do hookups. Looking for something real. That sounds like real unseriousness. Jarvis right, it's only a rule for the wrong kind of person. Girls have their own rules all the time when they want you. No, I agree. I agree, fellas. I'm glad we're all on the same page here. I do agree. It just pisses me off that that's her note. I was all excited it was going to be like something cool. Like, oh my God, like what's her note going to be? Holy shit. It's like, I don't do hookups. Shit, girl. I got you. Yeah, girls break their own rules all the time. Exactly. Like, no, listen. It's a dating app. I got a 4-date rule. I got an arbitrary 4-date rule. If there is not some contact by the 4th date, I'm moving on. I don't have time or money to be spending. I'm not saying that a girl needs to hook up with me immediately. That sounds fucked. But the truth of the matter is, I'm 23. This stream has been derailed quickly. This one's getting deleted tonight. This one will stay. This one will stay for the week. I delete the streams a week after, so we got a week of this on. Girls don't watch my streams. But the truth is that if it's not happening by the 4th date, what are we doing? I'm not trying to get married. All right, I'm not like, I'm a Christian, but like, dude, I'm not going to sit here being like, oh, Jesus is watching. Let's make room for God. I hate that. I think a big test of a quality relationship is whether or not intimacy works. I want to put the quarterback out there. I want to see if he can play in game speed, in pro game speed. I want to see if we can click on the field. It's the C-cap. That's great. It's a great line. That's a great line. That's what I mean, though. Let's be honest. If we're not like getting it on 4 dates in, it's like Colin Cowherd's Thanksgiving rule. He says if the starting quarterback, am I lagging? Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, great. My Wi-Fi is going out at a time like this. Really? As the stream's getting hot. Well, at least I know I'm not getting copywritten. Well, hopefully the lag stops. It says I'm doing fine, so it might be you. Okay, the lag's better now. Good. Okay. Good. That scared me. Okay, thank you guys. All right. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, like, it's Colin Cowherd's QB rule. If they are not the answer by Thanksgiving of the 2nd year, you know what you have. If you are not intimate by the 4th date, see ya. Everyone says it's the 3rd date rule. 4th, put it through the uprights. Yeah, Chris is trying stuff, and I appreciate it. These are all good. You want to sack the QB? I like it. I like it. Hit the C gap, still my favorite though. That was awesome. Blitz the C gap. Yeah, man. Blitz the V gap, man. Anyways. So yeah, man. So that's, I mean, apparently Bryn isn't just putting out for no one. Apparently that's her thing. Her simple pleasures, unseriousness, smelling every flower, psychoanalyzing everything and everyone. So this girl's type A as all hell. This girl's a type A bridal stylist, and I would not give her the time of day if she wasn't so hot. Be like Wink Martindale, blitz every gap. Well, if I'm not careful, if I play like Wink, I might end up like Deshaun Watson, and that's not what we want. That's definitely not what we want. Jesus, this girl's like for real. This girl's for real. I'm gonna keep going through her prompts. The more I read on this girl, I'm like, God, why did I match with this girl? Her bio, I matched with her because she's hot. I never read the prompts. I just match with them if I think they're hot. This is her thing. I want someone who, this is a direct quote, lusts for life, laughs in the face of horrors, and is truly as genteel as a real gentleman. Like, Now take that out. That came out bad. Look, I mean, what, the Deshaun Watson thing? I'm saying I don't want to be Deshaun Watson. There you go. I don't want to be him. I'm not him. You know what I mean? But if you're too aggressive with women, none of those things mean anything. That's what I mean. Lust for life, laughs in the face of horrors. What horrors? I live in California. What horrors? What, going to Not Scary Farm? How unoriginal. Exactly. Is as genteel as a real gentleman. This girl's weird as hell. Also, in the same prompt, you must think I'm the funniest person on earth, non-negotiable. At least that's sweet. At least that's kind of like a little flirty. At least a little flirty. This girl, by the way, this is the same girl. This is in her profile. Like this image if you like this image. Is she serious or like messing around? Pick a lane, lady. I don't know, man. I don't know. But she is cute, so I will message her. But I have a feeling it's not going to pan out. I have a feeling that Cam Ward is going to fail on the Titans now that he is moving on to a second head coach. All right. Well, regarding the girl that texted me seeing if I was available tomorrow, I am going to text her back and saying, I will let you know. Maybe she just reads a lot of books. Maybe. I mean, she didn't put that anywhere in her bio, despite her putting literally everything else she could possibly be into. Unseriousness. She put her religion, she put her college, she puts her hometown, she put her location, her political beliefs, what she's looking for. A life partner, by the way. Looking for my person and my best friend. And the books made her corny. Yeah. She learned all those words this week. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, wait, hold on. One more. There's one more prompt I missed. If she's not sending news within a week that she don't like you like that. There it is. I missed one prompt. I'll read off this one last prompt. Unless she just updated this. That would be crazy. She was updating, trying to give her that holy blessing. Exactly. What if I told you that Funko Pop... This sucks. This girl sucks. Or maybe she doesn't. Anyway, what if I told you that Funko Pops are the first horsemen of the apocalypse? No comma. God, which I hate a girl that can't punctuate. God, I hate them so much. Don't like me if you own a Funko Pop. They are the worst thing we ever created. How about genocide? Hello? I can think of like 50 things. How about Joe Judge? Funko Pops? Oh my God, she definitely uses Reddit. The first horseman of the apocalypse, she says. I don't have a lot of Funko Pops, but I don't hate them. They're little fun character figurines. I don't have the bag to be spending $40 on some action figure, quote unquote. But to say they're the first horseman of the apocalypse, how about global warming? I get it's a joke. Watching the Jets, exactly. Jake Browning is your quarterback? Like, my God. Now you have to buy a Funko Pop and give it to her. I should, honestly. I should. If we ever go out, which I don't think is ever going to work. Twitter, Hugh Jackson. Yeah, see? We can do this. We can do this all night. Things that are worse than Funko Pops. I can name like 20. I can name 3 on the Steelers offense. Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, and Darnell Washington. What the hell? Funko Pops. Jesus Christ. I have never been this soured on a girl's profile in my life. Usually people just put like short responses that you can't read too much into. Like, oh, I'm a kind soul, or, fucking I like animals, or, I like playing pool, or, anal is my thing. Like, whatever. Vontez Burfict. There you go. But like my simple pleasures, dating me is like crack, simple stuff. Like, and then you go to this girl and it's like, what? She likes books and hates Funko Pops? Things worse than Funko Pops. Girl think hating Funko Pops is a personality trait. Yeah, Marvin Lewis in playoff games. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. It's like, that's not interesting. You disliking something. I have dated a negative Nancy before. I have no desire to get back. And let's call a spade here, fellas. I just said I'm not looking for something long term. If I have to work, I'm again. A hinge match is not. It's a first down on the drive to scoring. It's going on the first date. It is a first down. Far from saying this girl and I are going to go anywhere. But in a world where we do, I don't think putting up with a girl that talks like this and puts "I don't do hookups" as her note, I just don't think that's ideal. And if the notes were on the profile and it said "I don't do hookups" on the profile, I would have. It's 1st and 30. It is. We took a holding on first down. We did. You're completely right. It's 1st and 30. We took a holding on first down, maybe 1st and 20. We can get it, but we might be looking at a punt here. We might just play the field position, honestly, and not let our egos get hurt. I will message her. I will say something slick. But again, I don't want to say something out of turn. Normally these things are normally my lines are kind of flirty, kind of cute, kind of funny. She gave me nothing. What am I supposed to say? Oh, we can take on the terrors of life together. What the fuck? What? What are we talking about? I want a gentleman. I like smelling every flower. What the fuck? I don't like swearing, but Jesus Christ. I want someone who laughs in the face of horror. What? Ask her to make you a Funko Pop. I should be like, hey, I'm actually a huge Funko Pop fan. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Y'all stay safe. See you Sunday night. See you, Chris. Have a good night, pal. We are gonna end this stream soon, but I'm glad I opened this tonight. I'm glad I waited. If I found this out in my apartment, I'd just be like, what the fuck? And then I just wouldn't talk about it. So yeah, I must think she's the funniest person on earth. Yeah, she seems hilarious. She seems like a really great time. Jesus. What race is she? Let's find out. Just, as a group. All right. She's Wasian. Classic Wasian. Anyways. So that's the Hinge update. I'm going to text the girl that texted me, hey, that sounds good about going out tomorrow, but I will let you know. And I will, if my video gets some, I like the smell of your flower has me crying. Exactly. What the hell? Let's take on the terrors of life. She goes, laughs in the face of horrors, and then says that Funko Pops are the first horsemen of the apocalypse. Which means she wants someone that will see a Funko Pop and be like, ha, 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 but also be a gentleman about it. Wait, that's the opening line. Do the Norm Macdonald bit. Wait. You gotta elaborate more, Steven. I'm always down to do a Norm bit. Wait. You gotta elaborate more, though. Give me the whole thing. I will do it. I will do it. I will do the Norm bit. I just don't know which one you're talking about. I'm more of a niche Norm fan. I like following Norm Macdonald live. That's my favorite. Weekend update? No. She sounds like a past prime diva wide receiver gives me Chad Johnson 2011. I was going to compare her to Odell, but I'm not going to. I was going to say she's kind of like Odell, who's like, he's like, I want to play for a team. When the guy tells him the worst part about Cosby. That is such a great joke. Patton Oswalt said that he was most mad about the Cosby hypocrisy. I thought it was the raping. Hope YouTube doesn't get mad at me for saying that. I was quoting a joke. Imagine. The stream has been shut down because he said the R word. Her personality, she wants to give one of those ideal girls from 2000s rom-com. Yeah, seriously, The Notebook. Or what's the other one? God damn it. What's the one with Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake? It's a good one. But that's exactly what this girl reads like. Damn it. What is that movie called? No, it's not No Hard Feelings. That's another good one, though. Kind of creepy premise, but, it's interesting. Jennifer Lawrence is pretty hot. She gets, caked up. Anyways, God damn it. What is the... Fuck, what is that one? Friends with Benefits. Friends with Benefits. That's the one. Her name thinks the worst part about society is Funko Pops. I thought it was the Holocaust. I honestly might. Friends with Benefits. Yeah, Jarv got it. I might just throw some stupid shit at the wall. I might just do the 4 verts down the field and just see what sticks. I feel bad. Honestly, I feel bad about, because now I thought I had 4 solid options in my Hinge messages. I have 3. This girl and I aren't going to go anywhere. I like to make stupid jokes and say stupid things and, Talk about the New York Giants. Don't get banned off Hinge. That's a good point. That's a good point. I got to think of something, because this girl will report. This girl will report. She'll be like, men suck. I'm reporting this asshole. I'm going to save all the other women. And if I get banned off Hinge, getting banned off YouTube, getting banned off Hinge, dying. That's, you know, that fierce. In order. Okay? So there it is. All right. Well, I think we've beat that horse to death. Take her picture, put it on AI. Fuck up. You can't send pictures on Hinge. I've tried. You can't send pictures on Hinge. I wish. I will think of something. I will think of something that is appropriate while being funny. And I will get it back to you guys. She's calling the police if you do that. No, seriously. So I don't know, dude. And we got most compatible too. That's the thing. We got most compatible. Like, what the hell? What about this girl compats with me? What? This is like the worst match in history. This is like Brian Flores and Tua. Seriously. That's what this girl is. She's Tua. She's Tua, man. She was Cam Ward. Now she's Tua. I'm figuring out how to get off her. I think she's tall, though, low-key. She's tall and... Nope, she's not. She's 5'3". I thought she was tall. She looks tall, man. She's 5'3". Forget her. You may as well not have swiped. Well, I'm gonna send a message just to see. I wanna maybe she, again, she's hot, so maybe I could fix her. Maybe I could save her. I don't know. We'll see. For the material. I'm gonna say something a little edgy, and maybe she'll block me. Maybe she won't. I will bring back the response to the table. But anyways, fellas, we are well over 2 hours in this stream. For the material, exactly. We are well past 2 hours in this stream. This has been a fun one. We talked about the Steelers and the Bengals. We talked about IMG. We talked about some contracts. We made our picks. I will screenshot these and put them on the little bottom thing for our Sunday stream. We will be streaming Sunday morning. Giants, Broncos, probably Eagles, Vikings, and a red zone in another game. We'll be here Sunday morning. If you can't make that one, we're always streaming after every primetime game, no matter what. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Appreciate all the advice and you guys listening to my Hinge shit. Yeah, let's build something. Hopefully I go on a date tomorrow. That way I can have some material to talk about and, you know, give you guys an update. Again, 4 dates. Four dates, 4 downs. 4 and out. That's the rule. Anyway, guys, that has been it. You guys have a sick rest of your night. It's getting late. Kick ass tomorrow. Thursday is the best night of the week. Let's make Friday awesome. Thanks for stopping by. As you can see, bet of the day hit. I will have my bet of the day ready tomorrow morning. But yes, we are on fire. Anyway, guys, go Giants and have a great rest of your night. Hunnaball.